Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome in. How you doing, guys? Sorry, I just had to wash my hands real quick. How you doing? We have an extra early stream today. Thank you all for being here. It is 7 a.m., 7:09. Oh, goodness. So today we are doing a little baguette cook along. I put the recipe in Discord in the recipe channel. So you're more than welcome to watch along with this bod. I'm going to show you a really simple, it's a riff off the easy crusty bread from First Things First. And I'm going to show you how to make baguettes. The only thing is, I recommend making the dough, like leaving it overnight. I am going to say that I recommend that with First Things First, but you know, the recipe says in there that you can leave it for longer if you'd like. But it's recommended. It's optional, but recommended, as we say. Then we're going to be making some lemongrass chicken banh mi. So get excited, it's going to be a fun stream. Exceed is here for the morning. We're very, very lucky to have him because we have to, the reason we're doing an earlier stream this morning is because I have a radio interview. So we have to be up there by midday. So we're going to leave a little bit earlier. So we thought we'd just start earlier. We get more cooking then. Have some banh mi for lunch. Good morning.
How can our lovely Mollytopians tune into the radio, Molly?
I don't know if it's online, is it?
It is.
No,
I don't know if you want me to share it.
Okay, they can, share it. Holy shit. If there's a link, if you guys want to, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm going to count on my fingers. In 5 hours, roughly around 5.5 hours, I'll be on the radio. I don't know, I'm getting interviewed by a lady called Jenny Seaton, and she was big in kind of media in Western Australia and like kind of traveled, you know, big in Australian media. And she has this channel on Curtin Radio, which is like a local radio station, but a local West Australian radio station. She wants to kind of get to know about streaming and whatnot. So it's an awesome opportunity. You know, you're gonna start somewhere, I suppose, and you know, be comfortable in the uncomfortable. So it's really an awesome opportunity for us. Exceed's dad had a big hand in organising it, so we're very, very grateful. Of course, I don't like doing things by myself, and as you know, the stream isn't us, like me, myself, but it's easier. For like the smoothness of it, I'm going to be doing it myself rather than with Exceed. So he'll be there cheering me along, and I think it's going to be really fun. So before we go into today's stream, let's go back to last time on. Where are you going to share it, Exceed?
I guess in Discord.
Okay. There's no pressure, guys. There's no pressure. You don't have to. Makes me a bit nervous thinking that you guys are going to tune in. We received a $5 tip from the wonderful Anonymous. 28 follows, people joining the community, coming in. 13 subs, resubs, and gifted subaroos. I love seeing that number. So I have the idea of like a daily goal of like 10. So you guys smashed it with 13. 1,200 bits. 1,000 of them were from Yulsiv. Sajido resub for 19 months, Huffle for 11, Chelsea for 2, Kappa Stacy resubbed for the first time. Oh my gosh, I missed it. Kerry for 29, Mouse for 40, Yulsiv for 20, Yulsiv gifted 5 subs, Zephrine, our wonderful Zeph, rated, Anonymous $5, back into the kitty, 1,000 Sajido, who did I miss? Hufflepuff, Chelsea for 2 months, Kappa Stacy, 1 of 5 months. I don't understand what that means. 23 months to Yale. So thank you very much, guys. Love seeing you guys join Mollytopia. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do a deep dive into Discord, show what the community has been cooking and eating. the fresh crust. What I think I just call them French baguettes. The recipe is in the recipe channel. I put it together last night at 9 o'clock. So it's not exactly 12 hours. So I say 12 to 14 hours, but you make it, pop it in the fridge. Put the dough into the fridge, and then let it retard, which is basically like letting the fermentation slow down. The gluten has time to form and relax, and it gives you a really nicer flavor, a deeper flavor of a bread. So that's what I've done. I'll grab that out in a minute, and we're gonna make baguettes. So we're gonna do a deep dive into Discord. What have y'all been cooking this week and eating? It is Friday. I was thinking this morning, Exceed, it was this time last week we were very tired humans. We didn't get much sleep.
Why?
Can't believe. Huh?
Why?
Because I was out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember.
Yeah. All right, what have we got here? Pizza from the weekend. Mine was pepperoni, and my partner's was some version of Meat Lovers. Some of the best pizza I've ever had, said Real HMC. I haven't done a proper welcome. Good morning, Cad. Good morning, Jewel of Cal. Mary says hi. How you doing today? JJ's back. JJ, we've missed you. Cad, Real HMC, good morning. Jules, we've missed you. Sophia, welcome back. It's lovely to have you here. JJ, that is exciting. I'm interested to listen to. Roselarita, the killer. Thank you so much for your proofreading. I need to update that. Thank you. I was a bit in a hurry this morning with waking up early and whatever. I will edit it this afternoon. It's not possible that 2 days went by already. Miss Molly just makes time fly. Hey, Impulsa. Guys, if you're in chat, welcome in. If you're lurking, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for being here, wherever you're watching the VOD from. Time, space. Know that you are loved, and I hope you're having a great week. Mama Mouse, potato and egg salad. So this is actually quite funny. This kind of potato egg salad like this, very similar. We made years ago, and Mouse tried it for the first time and loved it. And it's a staple in the Mouse house. Thank you for sharing. What else we got? Annika. Oh, sorry, Annika. Is it Annika, yeah. I couldn't not make the Salisbury steak after Captain Rail mentioned it. I didn't have any onions or mushrooms, so I just threw in some peas and a shake of MSG. Still delicious. With some pasta, interesting. So I didn't know what a Salisbury steak is. I think it's kind of like a meatloaf patty, right? Is that how I'm thinking, with a lot of gravy on top?
It looks very comfy.
It does look very comforting. Motola again. You're still my one. Okay. Strip olive oil sous vide tuna. I have been thinking, because I've been cleaning some of the pantry and organizing. The sous vide machine, we haven't used it in a while, and I want to get more comfortable. So if y'all have any ideas for things that we could sous vide, hit me up and put some recipes in the All Things Food channel. We'll repost them in the recipes channel. Sous vide recipes. What could we make? Okay. LP, the best vegetarian burger ever. Sorry, I didn't know what is in it, but it was from a steakhouse called Hillstones. Did you take this photo, LP? Looks good.
It's a little baby photo.
It is a very baby photo. Nice. Thank you for sharing. Active Khan, welcome in. Do I say that name correctly? Please let me know if I do or don't. It's very important to me. Good morning, Australia. Good evening, USA. Molly, Exceed, and Trent. Lovely to have you here. Greener Hypnotize. 2 different kinds of rice, thanks to Uncle Ben's microwave packets. Creamy 4-cheese rice and coconut jasmine rice. Okay. With a few pieces of chicken thighs, some veggies, broccoli, and asparagus. Hey. So, that was good. Coconut rice, yum. Beware, some first things first, easy, crusty French bread. This is crusty, first things first, crusty bread is my go-to. I made it yesterday as well. 400 grams flour, water, salt, and yeast. That's it, 4 ingredients. It's so easy. And it takes like 2 to 3 hours. It's like a really simple loaf. If you want, you can proof it in the fridge for longer to add more flavor, but it's so good. Look how good that is. Very pretty. Great work, Beware. And then why did I need crusty bread? Question mark. Other than the fact that I would live on bread alone if Jay would live on bread alone if I'd let him. First things first, shakshuka. Thanks for the great meal, Molly. Really hit the spot for both of us. Yes! I love this. Yum. Guys, the shakshuka in First Things First is so delicious. Exceed and I actually had beans, the all in together beans yesterday, but shakshuka is our fave. Yum. Great work. This looks really nice. And Blondie, jackfruit crab cakes with citrus coconut cream. I don't know if it's still good, but I have barbecue jackfruit, a packet in the fridge. In the pantry. I think it's about like 3 years old though. But I keep thinking, I'm gonna use it one day. Probably should check it out. Damn, that looks interesting. Jackfruit crab cakes. I wonder what it tastes like. It's good. I like the crunchy outer skin. That looks good. Thank you for sharing, Blondie. Ay, yum. What else we got? Shaddy shared a butter chicken recipe that he made during the week. He made it dairy-free because a guest was lactose intolerant. Looks delish. So we've implemented a new strategy with recipes. So if you post a recipe, whether a link or a photo or something, the mods or myself will repost it into the recipe channel just so they're easy to find. So you can scroll through and then get some inspiration for your next meal or snack. Kate, enchiladas tonight with sour cream and guac. Yum. That looks good. Damn. These look delicious. I'm so hungry. Because even though I finished my cup of tea, that's how,
Whoa.
I am hungry, thirsty. I know, whoa, right? Green Eyes got some pizza. Eating dinner, I just want to be in bed already. Pizza from Pizza Hut. 2 topping, my always go-to is bacon and onions. That is one thing that when we've ordered pizza for the mods, we like to do occasionally, like pizza and spoil, say thank you to the mods. We buy them pizza. It's just the easiest. Just everyone likes pizza. Americans do this thing where you can only it's more expensive to buy like a supreme pizza. You guys you can pick like 2 toppings. It's very strange. It confused me really. I was just like, I just want to buy a supreme. I just want to buy a pepperoni pizza.
I don't understand what you're saying.
So if you go into if you go onto like Domino's.com in the US, you buy a pizza, a large pizza with 2 toppings. It's very strange.
Delicious.
Hello, good morning. Hello. We got an extra early stream this morning. Hope you guys are doing well.
We're
Good
all still
morning,
waking up
Team
over here.
Equality Rate. Sorry?
We're all still waking up over here.
We are. We're still waking up. We actually have an interview, a radio interview.
Molly's gonna be on the radio.
A little bit fancy. Yeah, we have a little interview this afternoon, midday. So we've got to finish early. We're driving up to Perth. Good morning, guys. Thank you for coming in. Jeff, how was your stream? Guys, if you don't know, Monday to Friday, more weekday streams, fit for purpose. Jeff runs you through bodyweight exercises, themed exercises. You get a possibility to ask questions, get involved. They have, monthly support and like events and things like that. go and check him out. He is one of our beautiful friends from South Australia. We have painters coming. Because the house is getting repainted, right? Good luck. Don't breathe all the fumes, okay? It's not really it's not like it's like happy gas. You just pass out and be really unwell. Monday to Friday mornings, home workouts and qualified PT on hand to answer all the questions. Boom, that's it. Guys, go and check him out. Ravisi with the Team Equality Raid coming in for the first time. Guys, if you are new to the stream, welcome in. My name is Molly.
My name's Exceed.
And we are Miss Molly Makes, so we are a cooking stream. That's all we do, food-related things here. So what you can expect from us is good times, food, fun and fumbles. So we recreate food items from different games, movies, cuisines. We have a lot of fun in the kitchen. Next week, we're gonna be doing charity stream, charity week for Game On Cancer, for Superhero Streamers Week. And you can just expect to have a lot of fun. We have a focus on production and giving you guys a good experience. You guys can't smell or taste the food, but you can see it with your eyes, hear the crisps and crackles and stuff. So yes, we're doing a deep dive into Discord to show you what our community has been cooking and eating this week. So you're more than welcome to join. We share recipes. There's channels for, hobbies, gardening, I can't even think, gaming, whatever. Another one, Bite the Dust. We're having batteries issues. So these ones have run out, but we will fix that. So join the Discord. I'll show you what the community has been cooking and eating. If you're here for the first time, welcome in. Pull up a chair, hit the follow button, jump right in. How exciting. I get nervous when I do radio interviews. Oh, give me some tips and tricks, then, Puzzler. Since they're over the phone, but in person might be easier. Yeah, so Exceed's dad is what would you call he's like would you call him a producer? No, he works at the radio station, and he does he's an audiophile and everything. He was like, you need to go in, you need to, he goes, don't do a voice, a phone call interview. Got to go in and it's a lot better experience and whatever. So it's gonna be fun. All right, guys, jump over and follow Fit for Purpose. Let's jump in again. Let me get there we go. Nice, we're back. Okay, so Greenhouse had pizza. We were talking about pizza toppings in the US, how you can order them with you get a deal and it's 2 toppings and a Coke. 2 toppings of a pizza with 2 toppings and then a 1.25 litre Coke. That's what we would say in Australia. But in Australia you can't really order just toppings. It's you would buy a cheese pizza and then add on extra things for extra cost. The whole 2 to 3 toppings thing confused me. I just wanted to buy a pepperoni pizza for the mods, or a chicken and bacon for the mods.
You got to grab a 1.25.
Yeah.
It just struck me how that's probably way more Australian than I ever thought.
Yeah. So in Australia, when you order pizza or you order takeaway or whatever, it comes with the 1.25 litre Coke or a 1.25, so a quarter. Yeah. Here it's 2 litres, says Bud.
For the small, right?
Okay, Les Schmiggles, check this out. Pot roast. Thank you very much for sharing. All this was left of the umami pot roast we made. Dang. So when you say an umami pot roast, I want to know what's in it. What do you do specially? That looks good. A lot of veggies. Yum. Thank you for sharing. I got 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas and breadsticks for 2 litre of soda for $21.99. Wow. 2 litre is the big size, or the 500ml bottle. See, we have 600ml bottles. So yeah, in Australia we have 600ml bottles, 1.25 or 2 litres, right? 1.25 is.
I think that they are definitely the most common for sure.
Yeah.
I think in some places and in some liquids, it's not like for everything. You can get liters.
Yeah. Oh no. Exceed, would you be able to do me a favour? I haven't printed the baguette cook-along, or you can read it out to me.
Where do I find this?
In the recipe channel in Discord. The French baguettes.
Okay, what would you like?
You to read out the steps. No. If you could print it out for me.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Today we'll be using our dough
Just print it. I think that's
to
really
make
easier.
some lovely French baguettes. This recipe serves 4 to 6, and I don't think it's dairy-free, gluten-free, or vegetarian, or it's all of them.
It's vegetarian.
I don't know, there's no markers on this recipe.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. All right, so basically this is the dough. I will, once Exceed's printed it out, I'll read it to you. But, so this is like it's a no knead, it's a kind of stretch and fold recipe. And then you want to mix all your ingredients together, stretch and fold it for 2 hours, and then pop it in the fridge. And so much so that the gluten starts to form and bond. And look at that. That's your window pane test. Like, so good. So good. For those that are wanting to make baguettes, super simple, easy version of like a French baguette is a lean dough. So it means that there's no fat content. It's not like an enriched dough with any butter or egg. It's a lean dough, so it's basically 4 ingredients. In here we have no knead. Oh, now I'm interested. Yeah.
I'll give this to you, but you've got to quickly check all things food.
I'm gonna quickly check all things food. Ah! That's not baby llama. She's so tall. She's grown. Oh my God. So, baby llama making pasta with cheese sauce for dinner. Oh my goodness. She looks like a teenager. Dang.
They grow up so fast.
Oh my God, oh little girl, she's grown up. She no longer likes her Molly giraffe downstairs in the basement. It means nothing to anyone. Was like, what do you mean, Molly? Okay, so a few years ago, baby llama got a giraffe, like a life-size, like a human-size giraffe plush toy. And she named it Molly. So, and then after a while she got sick of it, so she put it in the basement.
And Cad, if they are not the exact details of that story, we don't need any corrections.
We don't, yeah, no, we don't. Okay, so the 4 ingredients that you'll need for the dough is 300 grams of water, so room temperature water, 3 grams of yeast, 400 grams of bread or plain flour, 7 grams of salt. So this is the dough that I've made, but I'm going to make a fresh dough with you today. Damn it, I put the cover. I'll bring this one back. You can go back in the fridge for a little bit and I'll bring you back. Nah, he can just stay there. She's taller than me. Okay, so you'll need your ingredients. Let's go into the pantry. Pew. Okay. Bread flour, water's at the front, salt at the front, yeast at the front. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need. Except, did you see the drawers that I put in there yesterday?
Yes.
And they got new drawer fronts ready for the doors to go on. Hopefully, touch wood, we can pick up the doors today. The only one is that there's one right on the end that's not in stock. Edit the last post to include the recipe. The liquid of the pot roast is cooked, that it's cooked in includes fish sauce, giving a wonderful umami flavor. A great Instant Pot recipe in my opinion. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so the things you will need will be a bowl, a large bowl, tea towel here, 2 to 4 tea towels, and I'll explain to you why. Or if you have like I forget the name of it, it's a bread baking, like a big sheet kind of thing to make bread. We don't have them, so I'm just going to use tea towels, and I'll show you how to make them. You need a razor blade or a sharp knife. So I keep my razor so no one hurts themselves. It goes into a little cup like this, and the razor sits there. So we'll need a razor blade. Baking trays. So because you don't have a cast iron that's like really large, unless you have something that, or a steam oven, then we're going to use a cast iron pan, fill that with water when the time comes, and we're gonna put that at the bottom, and then we're gonna put our tray on top. So the cast iron is gonna be baked and preheated with the oven, so it's nice and hot. And then finally, we're going to need ice. So the cast iron is in the bottom, then we put our trays in, and then we'll have like 2 cups of ice that will go into the cast iron. You shut the door so that when the ice touches a really scorching hot cast iron, that creates steam, and that is going to help rise and give a really nice, eventually crust and oven spring to your baguettes. Okay, so it's a little trick. You don't have to have any fancy equipment. You can put it at the bottom of your oven as well, but I just get a little bit nervous. It's just easier to put a cast iron or a heat-proof saucepan or fry pan. You cannot use a casserole dish for this, because the temperature change from having a really hot preheated casserole dish to then putting ice in it, the temperature change makes it crack. Trust me, I've done it. Not very good, okay? So, we'll make sure we've got everything out. For this recipe, we're using room temperature water. And the reason for that, I had it out already. The reason we're using room temperature water is the recipe recommends that you want to make the dough, and then we're going to pop it in the fridge. And that is going to, what's it called, retarding the dough. So it's going to prevent it from rising, and the fermentation process is going to be slowed down. It's going to be, I know it's an old term, but it's a very used term in baking, retarding. So it just means slowing it down, and that is giving an opportunity for the flavor to build in the dough, as well as the structure. It means that the gluten can start to unwind and bond, and then relax as well, so it's got more time. Hey Kate, good morning. I didn't think you would be here today. I know that you said you wouldn't get a lunch, or morning break I suppose it is today, right now, not today. Okay, so large bowl, tea towels, so I'll get some more tea towels. These dishcloths, tea towels, whatever you want to call them, go there. Bowl, razor blade, baking trays. So I'm going to be using these guys, like that. And then cast iron pan, let's see, put it here, like that. Cast iron pan or a heat-proof fry pan. It's just gonna go at the bottom of your oven. Pop that out, pop this in here. That. Cool. And then I've got 2 shelves to put my bread on. That should be fine. Cool. Easy. Now, water in a jug here, flour, yeast, and I didn't put in there a set of scales. I'll need to update that. Scales, cool. So we're gonna measure everything out and be good little students, do things the right way. Yeah, okay. So the flour we're gonna do in the large bowl, And we need, no, we're gonna put that aside. Like this. So we need 400 grams. And this makes it between 4 to 6 baguettes, depending on what size you want. If you want them a bit larger. For the banh mi, we're gonna make some smaller ones. No, thank you very much, Rosalie, I appreciate it. God, I wouldn't be halfway where I am, and like the support of them without the mods, you know, without them here, and you guys are amazing. Thank you. I decided I need to stuff my face, so I'm here for 15 minutes. Well, we'll take you. 400 grams of flour, okay, and then we need our salt. So put the little, whatever you want to use, whatever vessel you want to zero it, and we're going to add in our salt, 7 grams of salt. There we go. And then yeast, a little bit harder because it's only 3 grams, but just go slow. Sometimes I find if you put something else on there, so zero it, put something like another little weight or whatever, so it's off 0. So now it's on 3, and I want to add another, whatever it is, 3. So you just got to keep in mind, so you just subtract the first number, because it kind of registers better if there's some weight on there already rather than 0. Okay, so now it's fluctuating. 3. It's about 3/4 teaspoon, but it's always better to, there we go. It's always better to weigh it out. Cool. So 6 grams in total. I take the first 3. So it's a little tip that things that I've found is that my scales don't register like the first gram, or it kind of in really small increments. It might be easier if it works for you guys, or get a second scales. There's ones that I've probably worth me getting a set of like a scale that has a big scale and then a smaller, like more incremental, you know, like a smaller incremental scale attached to it, and that would be good for your smaller amounts. But this cost me maybe $15. It was funny because I was always anti-digital scales because they always ran out of battery. I felt they were inaccurate, so I was always the mechanical scale girl, but they have their issues as well. So it's only in the last few years, actually, like maybe 3 years, that I've started using electronic scales. I always used to use the mechanical ones. All right, so salt, yeast, water, flour, cool. So first the recipe says, in a large bowl, mix the water. So into a large bowl here, zero it. Into a large bowl, mix the water and yeast. So I'm trying to go through this so I can be as educational as possible and read the recipe as it says. So if you're following along with this recipe that you can pick up in Discord, then I can give you some tips and tricks as we go. Feel free to ask questions. I know it will be hard to follow along with, but I wanted to make sure that I did it first so that you can see before you guys cook along, especially because the recipe recommends 14 hours proofing in the fridge. So that's why I did a second batch, so that we could speed things along and do it together in a succinct way. So zero this. We're gonna add cool or room temperature water, right? So this is just tap water. Could probably let it sit. It might be a little bit too cold, but that's fine. 300 grams. I get really nervous, even though like if I wasn't doing this like as a proper kind of cook along thing, I would do it normally without thinking, and I would just give you like tips and tricks, and I'd rattle things off and whatever. But when I'm stopping and trying to be really prim and proper and whatever, I get really nervous. So 300 grams exactly of water, and then all we're gonna do is, it says in a large bowl, mix water, yeast, and stir. So placing the yeast on top, and I like to give it a little stir with my whisk or a chopstick or spoon, whatever you want. Zucchini tempura. Oh, the other day using unfed sourdough mix. Nice, with soda water in the batter. Fabulous. That's a really good idea. If you do make it again, or if you want to write, Lance, what you did in sourdough, say you didn't have a photo, that will give someone some inspiration to try something new. Like, that's really cool. Okay, so this is done. We've done all the measuring. This can go away, right? So as we go back to first things first, what we learned in the yeast section, you'll know that yeast can be proofed with cold water. It'll activate, but it'll activate a lot slower. So you're not gonna get that, activation, and it's not gonna bubble and foam quickly like you would with like the warmer water. It is, with the instant yeast, it's going to hydrate it and it's going to start something, but it just means everything's gonna happen slower with this. It's gonna give us better structure, a better tasting bread. It is worth it in the long run, I promise. If you didn't want to do this, and say you woke up and you're like, I want baguettes this afternoon, you can definitely do the same recipe. I wrote it in Discord. You want to add a little bit of extra yeast. So you want to add about half a teaspoon of extra yeast and use your warm water. And then you can make them the same day baguettes. They're just not as good. They're still yummy, like an easy crusty bread, but better to proof it for longer, trust. I recommend maybe trying both versions and seeing what you prefer. You might not be worth it in, the proofing might not make much difference to you. Just try. Okay, so that, we just mixed it together. It's activating because there's a little bit of bubbles here, but it is cold, so it's not gonna get a lot of action. It's kind of like when you're waking up on a nice winter morning, where you're just a little bit slow. You get there in the end, but you're just a little bit slower and things take a little bit longer, and you're just a little bit lethargic. That's what the yeast is like, and then on a hot day, then you're up and active, a lot quicker, warmer, the sun on you. Too hot, you're dead. That's what happens with yeast, just exactly the same. So going back to the recipe, add the flour, the salt, and stir everything together until incorporated. So we've got our 400 grams of flour, this, and our salt.
Molly, you need batteries.
Back with a brand new track, Molly. Welcome back. All right, so now we're just gonna mix flour, salt, mix it. No one wanted to play charades, doesn't? All right, gotta go. See you, Kate. Have a fantastic day. Okay, so I use a chopstick. You can use whatever you like as a stirring implement, like that. Just go up a little bit. There we go. So mix, mix, mix.
You've got mail.
Is there a place where I can find the lemongrass recipe too? Not yet. The lemongrass chicken recipe is kind of like a tester recipe, but it should, if it works out, then it will be available to you. I have a few recipes I'm going to post, type up this weekend. So that might be one of them. But if you stick around, I will tell you what's going in them. And you can write it down for yourself. Or you can follow along with the VOD. Lovely to have you here, Tog. Tog. No worries. We have another community member called Tolga, so I apologise. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit sticky. So at the moment, it's like it dries out, but it's still a little bit sticky. As the flour starts to hydrate and absorb some of that moisture, it will start to become stickier, all right? Cover the dough and let it sit at room temperature for 25 minutes. So just make it so it's like a scraggy mess like this. And we're gonna let it sit aside for 20 minutes. 25 minutes. Cool? Zest. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We have been streaming for 50 minutes. We have showed you what happened last time on the last stream. We did a deep dive into Discord, show you what the community has been cooking and eating. And now we're doing a baguette cook along before we turn those baguettes into some delicious banh mi. So welcome in. Today's an earlier stream because we have a meeting this afternoon. So we have to bring stream forward and we're going to get out of here around 11 o'clock. Still waiting for them chopsticks.
You don't want to say it anymore, Molly. Are you nervous?
Got an interview.
An interview where?
Just at Curtin.
On the radio.
On the radio.
Molly's going on the radio.
Yes. Okay. So it's all secret now for the latecomers. Yes. Sit that aside for 25 minutes. I don't know when to bring this guy in. I'll bring him in later. All right. So 25 minutes. Do we have 20? I'm just worried about, do we have 25 minutes? Oh, let's make a coffee or something. We can make breakfast. Which radio station? Curtin Radio. Rula Grundy, welcome in. She's going to be talking about her music career. Yeah, guys, my singing is taken off. Oh, thank you. Annika, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's funny because I did a tweet last night that my grandparents are very excited because we were in the newspaper a few weeks ago, and like that's mainstream like media or like old school media. Do you know what I mean? And like my mum was like, "Oh my God, you guys have made it," kind of thing. Like, and it's it's kind of like, you know, they know what that is. But if you said to my grandparents, "Oh, I was in a Twitter post the other day," or someone tagged me on Twitter or whatever, they would have no idea. We are still incredibly small as a community, and as we grow and whatever. It's really exciting to be able to be included in some really awesome opportunities. But yeah, it's isn't it interesting, Exceed?
Yeah, even though, like with some tweets, like the example you gave, the exposure is like 10 times higher. Yeah. And like we've been streaming for 5 years, but because my people don't really fully understand what that is, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around, like the mainstream people, I suppose. But everyone knows what the radio is. It's really cool. It's kind of like a little pinch me moment. Hopefully we get more opportunities like this. I don't know if we will, but it's really, really cool. So I'm gonna make a coffee and some breakfast. We made some beans yesterday. So these are, what are they, Exceed? The voiceover extraordinaire.
Hearty baked beans from All In Together, Slow and Pressure.
So it's like you've been on podcasts with more viewers, but to them, the radio makes more sense to them. Yeah, because they know what it is. Yeah, that's 100% it. Like, you could say, well, you know, the metric of Twitch, if you say, oh, our average viewer at one time is like, you know, sometimes like 100, for instance. Someone goes, oh, okay. But then if you say, and that like that could be, that's big for some streamers, you know, in the metric, you know, if you say for instance, someone averages 5,000 viewers at a time, but then you've got an Instagrammer that has 25,000 followers, but no engagement. People think 25, that's a lot of numbers, you know, that's a lot of people. But even though the streamer has 5,000 viewers at one time, over the period of that 8-hour stream, they might have like 100,000 people through. Does that make sense? But like, people just see the bigger number, and it's like a weird metric. So
I think a big part of it is, whoa, hello, Taryn.
Delicious.
I don't know what I'm doing this for, but it was just in my hand.
Souls, I'm so glad I found you all that time ago. You all are amazing.
Hello, beautiful lady. Thank you for 30 months. Thank you for being you. Sorry, Exceed.
Oh, you don't need to apologise. And Taryn, thank you so much for that continued support for a long time.
Oh, I thought I interrupted you. Sorry.
What I was going to say is I think a big part of it is coming through to them in a way that they're familiar with.
Yeah.
Like if you tell them, you know, hey, go to twitch.tv and, you know, find our channel. Like all of those concepts are so foreign to especially the older generation that they have no metric, like nothing to understand what is happening here or the scale of what is happening here, right?
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, you know, we're going to be on this radio station that you can tune into, or better yet, that, you know, you already tune into, then nothing else really matters. You know, like to them, they understand the scale and how that works.
Yeah. Definitely. How do you describe Twitch to them? Do you just say, it's like an intro? Well, that's what I have to say today. Explain Twitch to the audience, I suppose. I just say a lot of people know YouTube, so we usually say it's like YouTube but live. So that it's a platform where people can, whatever they're doing, whatever hobby, it started as a gaming platform, but now there's so much more to it. People can live stream what they're doing to an audience around the world. And the community, the viewers have an opportunity to get involved via live chat, and you have instant contact. So it's like a food, for us, it's like Food Network but live, and you can get instant feedback from the viewer as well as the viewer and the host can have instant, you know, connection, asking questions, getting involved, and being able to really create a deeper connection. Does that make sense? Does that sound right?
It's great. Yeah, I was going to say that.
Is that okay? I'm going to remember that.
For people that don't, especially maybe the older generation that aren't as familiar with YouTube, we fall back to the Food Network. Because people have usually seen like a cooking show on TV or something. So we say it's like that, but live. And you're able to connect with the person that's actually making the food and have a conversation.
Yeah. All right, so we're in the process. I know we had to take a little speed bump, speed bump. And we had to take a little delay, which is, God, let me just speak. We have to take a little sidestep from the baguette cooking because you're gonna let it, rest for 25 minutes. We're not gonna exactly do 25 minutes. After we've made breakfast and eaten it, then I'll get into it. That was a great explanation. Thank you. Mighty Mouse, welcome in. Oh my God, Mighty Mouse, I saw your name, but I said Levy. I'm sorry. Levy's name is the same color, but it's not anything that looks like Mighty Mouse. I just looked at the color and then good, how you doing? So embarrassed. 57 and I'm not the older generation. Sure. I forgive you, thank you. But Nico, you would be more familiar with the Food Network before Twitch and things like that.
No, but I think it's just a way to describe people that aren't familiar with,
Yeah.
Twitch and a lot of the things that we do. It's not saying like everyone in that generation or everyone older isn't familiar, but it's a way to relay what we're trying to talk about, right?
Yeah.
It's
Trying
like
a way to connect
it's a
with us.
generalization.
Yeah. All right. So, what we have here is some easy crusty bread that I've made very similar. Well, it's basically the same recipe. Easy crusty bread, just with slightly different quantities of yeast. With the
Karen
baguette
with
recipe.
the fantastic question. Woo! Love to see it.
Yes. Okay. If you got offered got an actual TV show, would you take it? Not from the money perspective, but that's a no-brainer. Because that's a no-brainer, but from a creative and community perspective. I don't know. I would
You give
like.
your answer, then I'll give mine.
I would say we have said that and we've talked about this for years with different companies and sponsors and things, is that what gives us the edge, what we love about what we do with streaming, is we have an instant connection with our community, and it's not the same. Like if I turned off chat, I wouldn't get the same experience that I do with it. Do you know what I mean? And it wouldn't. Like, I like to ask questions and I like to chat with you guys. It would make it feel really sterile and really no joy talking to myself. And I thrive off the feedback and I thrive off chat. That's why I ask you guys to be as active as possible, to ask more questions, because that makes me create a better show. I get more energy. I thrive off the activity. Like, so you think of it as like like one of those conveyor belts. You know how there's someone who will sit on like a bicycle and then they'll pedal really hard and the light will it will turn on a light. That's what it's like. If you guys are active in chat, that kind of stokes my inner flame or whatever. So that's what I love. And so I would probably say in a generic TV show recorded plain, I'd say no. I wouldn't be interested. If there was some way we could interact with Twitch or with a live audience or something like that, I'd be more interested. But I would say no. What about you, Exceed?
Yeah, I'll explain my answer in a sec, but I do just want to address what Night's Camp said and Metalla brought up as well. A live studio audience would be scared of all those eyeballs. That's true, but there's a huge benefit from a live audience in that you get that instant feedback that Molly's talking about, and that energy from the people in the room. But also, it's really, really easy to scan over an audience and know if what you're saying is engaging.
Yep, and engage
whereas,
their body language and things like that, yeah.
Whereas that's surprisingly pretty tricky to do for especially smaller streamers. We have sometimes no idea if what we're saying is actually landing and what we're saying anyone cares about, right? But if you're in a room of people, you can quickly tell if that's what's happening.
Yeah.
My answer to the question is, I mean, it all comes down to like the specifics, right? It will depend on the situation. The way that I look at it is that that's a huge creative outlet, and there's like a huge challenging, fun problem in creating a show. Like, it would be completely different to what we do now, but it would be creative and fun, right? And obviously we like to do that type of thing. So I think I would be definitely open to the opportunity as long as we could do it alongside. Well, absolutely, but alongside what we do now.
Yeah.
So the idea would be like we would still stream and we would still do this cooking show, and then on our days off, or quote unquote days off, that's when we would put together that whatever show you're proposing here type thing.
Yeah.
So we would do it at the same time. We wouldn't do it at like, guys, we're not streaming anymore because we're doing the show. because a big part of why we do what we do is to connect with an audience, and having the show would take that away from us quite a lot.
And obviously, money is alluring, of course. Like, and you'd be able to do the content that we've always wanted to do or whatever, but we're growing that here, you know? And we'd never say no to an opportunity, but we have to do what's right for us and for you guys as, you know, as a community, and figuring out a way that we could, you know, make it our own. Yeah. But I'm always keen, and I've said this through the years, of my dream is to be able to do like in-person, as well as streaming, in-person events where we have like a live community audience, and we can either cook together, or I cook, and then you guys can come up and taste it and be like, okay, Matala, come up here, have a taste of this. Matala, you want to chop the onion? You know, do you want to get involved? I just said chop the onions. Matala's like, fuck no, I don't like onions. No, Molly. See, as soon as that came out of my mouth, I knew you. You know, I would love to have that, you know, like, come and taste this sauce. This is what, you know, this is the sauce you want to have. Yeah, no, and when I said that, chop the onions, I was like, Matala hates onions. You were the wrong person. A live studio audience would be different every show with a stream plus chat. Yeah, that's what I would love, to have like this stream, being able to connect with people all over the world, and then have an audience, and that people could come and, you know, taste, and it would be like this, but with an audience as well, would be fantastic. Like, I would love that. What do you think, Exceed? Should we do it?
Oh, I mean, it's something we've spoken about a lot, but it's not, unfortunately, it's not as simple as just doing it.
Yeah. All right. What if the studio answers was holographic projections of your Twitch viewers? That'd be pretty cool. But then you still wouldn't be able to taste it, would you? All right. No mask now too. Yeah. So this is the easy crusty bread from First Things First, which you will soon be able to get a printed copy. Guys, we've ordered and they're on their way. First Things First and All In Together should arrive any moment. So we can get them shipped and sent off to the people that pre-ordered. First Things First is getting reprinted. So that is our first guide to getting you started in the kitchen. And this is the recipe in there. So we're kind of got both cookbooks today, because this is the First Things First easy crusty bread. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the hearty baked beans. I put a little bit too many beans in this one, but compared to tomato, it's usually a little bit thinner, but so good. Did you make the bread? Not today. I made the bread yesterday. A bit of cheese, like that. Sometimes we melt it, sometimes I don't. Like that. For me, I like to eat it like this because I am a dipper. Never had beans on toast.
You've
not a
got
thing
mail.
in the States. Dex, Miss Molly, has anyone ever told you that it looked like the 1990s Alanis Morissette? Really?
What was her song again?
There's a few.
Isn't It Ironic?
Isn't it ironic? Yeah. There's one of them. I generally don't like American Style.
You ought to know.
You ought to know. Remind me of the mess you... Is that the right song? Hand in my pocket, yeah. So I'm a dipper, so I'll eat the food like this. And then I'll grab like a spoonful of this, pop it onto the toast like that, and eat it like that, even though it's basically the same thing.
Molly.
What?
Who was Alanis Morissette engaged to that obviously didn't marry?
Who?
He's Canadian. You're not going to take a single guess?
Bieber. Kidding.
I think the age plays a part there. Ryan Reynolds.
No way. Really? She wrote the song about him. Which one? Which song? Dude,
And in a twist
he
of
got around.
well, have you seen him? In a twist of drama, Molly. Here's what we have to say about it. Ended their engagement and split up just a few years later. So I guess they were engaged for a few years and then they called it all off.
Yeah.
In total, they were together for just over 5 years and engaged for 3. The two have never spoken about what led to the end of their relationship.
And so you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. Cool. That's good. That is so good. Like, they separated amicably, and like that. I think it's the same with Scar Joe and him, right? They just separated, got unmarried, and whatever. Like, your relationship is no one else's business, I think. But it was totally her fault. Ryan is perfect. Perfect, I tell ya. I think that I'm gonna put pepper on this because you can see that's pepper. I think that there's stages. People will separate and they'll be hurt, and it will be rocky. But then people, like, as you move through that, then there can be. It's kind of like, going through rough seas. It's rocky in the original stage, and then it gets better. My parents, I think, have done pretty well. My parents separated. Initially, the stage, it was quite rocky, and then they separated and now they're friends. I think that it really shows the respect and kind of your maturity. But like talking about it and conversing and communicating how you're feeling. Exceed, do you want to come get your breakfast? Hey, Chew. But everybody's different. There's no right or wrong. But where people act out of a place of hurt, and then they want to hurt the other person back for how they hurt them or whatever. It's dependent on how people ignore things, and then they, rather than dealing with their issues, people cheat or they do whatever, to try and avoid it, and then it gets worse, where it's like, okay, hey Stace, good morning. Hello Nova, welcome in. This is Chester. Are you still a puppy? He's our little boy, aren't you? Gotta mute that. Okay, so this is my breakfast. I'm just gonna have a little bit of food, but that for me is delish. Sometimes I did add pepper for you, yeah? So you'd like extra pepper on top. So beans, these are slightly sweet beans. You add some brown sugar. You can add more if you want. Some of our community members like them sweeter, but I don't add too much. But they are smoky, a little bit, you can add more spice, smoky, spicy, really flavorful beans. They're delicious. First of all, now the birds are getting in the house. I don't know if you could hear that. All right. So we're going to start to go back onto our baguettes now. What did you guys eat for breakfast this morning? Or what was the? I can't ask Exceed's question, but what have you guys eaten? What was the latest thing you ate?
Sorry, what's your question?
What was the last thing they ate? I can't stop thinking I can't stop thinking about being called, saying that I look like Alanis Morissette. See, Dex, can you show a photo? Like share a photo on Discord and Exceed will bring it up on stream and we'll compare. You're eating mashed potatoes right now? Yum. Just mash on its own. The ducks hang out in the garage when hubby's not home. The ducks hang out in my garage. Interesting. Keep warm. I make steak burritos for dinner. Oh, that sounds good. Photo. Good morning, Sam. This is for all in together baked beans on first things first, crusty loaf. What is a PB&J protein box? Bowl? A protein bowl? Because I don't think you should eat boxes. They can be quite full. I suppose they've got a lot of fiber in them. A lot of roughage. Last thing I ate was a mint sliced cookie last night. Matala, no breakfast this morning? All right, I did make a coffee, but I need to put some milk in it. Alanis Morissette. I'm just so thrown. She's alright, eh? She really was engaged to Ryan Reynolds. Guys, I'm just so shocked with everything that you're all saying today. Last thing I happened to be breakfast, which was porridge with milk and honey. Hey, no mix-ins, Margot? No mix-ins in the form of like berries or banana, nuts, seeds. Okay. Just in here. So before we went, when we were live, because it was like, we haven't done the pantry cam. So I have drilled the camera, we're using the wall mount from Elgato for the multi-mount. So I've drilled that to the wall and you guys are on the wall now. Looks like it's pretty good. And I put these in yesterday. So I'm not sure if I want them to face the outwards, because then I can see them from here, or I want them to face like frontwards. I don't know, but these are drawers so that you can get right to the back and I can like put more stuff in from here. Because when there were shelves, you could only see what's in front. But the thing is, I think they're gonna have to move up. Everything's gonna have to move up because when the doors go on, the hinges need to be like here, which is fucking annoying. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is gonna work because the hinges have to be in a certain spot, and I think they're gonna be like right here. So everything's gonna move up. I don't know. Why need a door? The door will kind of make it look nicer, neater, prettier. I don't know. Looks good. Would it look nice in this color? Just look, everything put away. Less cluttered, I suppose. Where's my cloth? Where's my cloth at? Yeah, extra nice and vertically challenged, yes. And that's what, because I can't, reach up behind here and can't see what's in there. So now, I don't think I'll replace these because this bit here, the drawer front, kind of blocks. I need to look up to see the name tag. So I wouldn't even be able to see it from down here because I'm a bit short. But I love them how they come out. There's just so much room for storage. access to stuff is just a lot easier. And that's the great thing about IKEA. Like, I know that I rave on and on, but yeah, it's just been fantastic. Fantastico. Do you need to put the doors on? I think it doesn't look finished. The doors are coming today. They're coming to my auntie's house and hopefully we can pick them up. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Sorry. Sorry. Coming, I just thought I'd eat this a little bit, messed a little bit. Okay, let's get into baguette. It's so good, but that's what I wanted to talk about, is the reason this is so crunchy is because it's a lean dough. It doesn't have any fat content, so fat is what makes your dough soft. When you think of a brioche dough compared to like a baguette, the baguette's really crunchy, right? And that crunch comes from having no fat. Fat actually makes it soft. Do you guys wet the bed this morning or something? What do you mean? Because we're up so early? What do you mean? Fat is what makes me soft. All right. We're up early. We started stream early because I thought I slept in. No. We started stream early. We announced it in Discord last night, yesterday. I have an interview this afternoon. So,
On the radio.
I have an interview on the radio this afternoon at midday. So we had to start stream a little bit earlier so we can get our time in. We only do it 3 days a week. We're gonna get our time in together. So, first things first before we get into this. Coffee. Not very foamy, this one, but that's okay. You can tune in if you want. You can definitely tune in if you want. I found out my motorbike might be on a boat from the US or Japan. Hey, have you decided which one you're going with?
You've already started looking outside your window, haven't you?
Yeah, just to see.
Why is it not here yet?
Okay, so the recipe says, guys. So we've waited 25 minutes. It's been roughly 25 minutes, hasn't it? If not longer. Now stretch and fold the dough until smooth. And I've given you some things here. It says stretch and fold. What's a stretch and fold? Stretch and fold. The technique serves 3 purposes. It redistributes the heat within the dough, puts the yeast back in contact with the food source, and it layers the gluten to build the gluten structure with building the structure in the dough. The dough will ferment for 2 hours, and then it will have 3 rounds of brief stretch and folds between 25 minutes. Okay, folds between each. I could write that better. So to stretch and fold, lightly dampen your fingers. So get some water. What radio station is it, Molly? It's Curtin Radio. You can see we'll put the link in Discord. Where's my little teapot of water? Oh, here we go. So Now, knowing you guys are gonna be there makes me super nervous. Okay. So dampen your fingers like this. Dampen your fingers. So this is to prevent your the dough from sticking to your fingers. If it does start to stick, I just wet them a little bit more. Okay, pull up on the side of the dough and fold it back down on itself. So we can do this a bit better. Okay, pull on the dough upwards and then fold it back down on itself. Okay? Turn the bowl 90 degrees. Pull up. So you're stretching and folding it on top of itself. Rotate 90 degrees, stretch and fold. Rotate, stretch up and fold. Rotate your last one and then fold. This is I wanted to show you the proper technique. You can go around again if you wanted to. Like that, stretch and fold, stretch and fold, like that. I'm gonna edit the recipe and say go around like 4 times. So you've got the dry flour and we're incorporating that so the yeast can come in contact with that fresh food, okay? So stretch and fold. You might not be able to pull it all the way, but just pull it up a little bit and push, gently push down, kind of like kneading it in there. All right. Cool. And then once it's covered, so you do it, go around 3 times, and then we're gonna cover it with our dishcloth, like that, and then start again. We're gonna do that after 25 to 30 minutes. We'll come back and do that again, and then altogether you want 4 times. So you're doing 4 lots of stretch and folds. Make sense? Then, once it's done, so once we've done our stretch and folds, then it says, when completed, cover and refrigerate overnight or for 12 to 14 hours, okay? So, pop that away. Are you guys following now? So, we've done the stretch and folds, everything. So, it was, you do your stretch and folds like that. You'd cover this and then you'd put it in the fridge for 12 to 14 hours. So this is what it would kind of look like. It was a lot bubblier this morning, but I kind of did another, kind of just, had a look at it to see how it was. And basically in the morning, you should be able to get a little piece. You should be able to, hold on, not the piece. Okay, that's nice and relaxed. And you should be able to do your, focus, your window pane test, right? And you should be able to get it quite thin. Mandolin, welcome in. Hello guys. How you doing today? Hey Raiders, we are showing you how to make some baguettes. So after 12 hours, we've taken the dough out, and the process of putting it in the fridge is called retardation. So we're retarding the dough, and I said that in here. By refrigerating the dough is a process called retarding the dough and improves the flavor and the texture of the bread. It slows down the fermentation, which also allows you to bake the bread at a later time.
Delicious.
Okay? Dex, thank you for gifting to the mandolin. Thank you very much. Cheers. Mandolin, how was your stream? What did you get up to today? Minecraft, fantastic. What? Okay, I've only played Minecraft like once. What were you doing today in the game? Okay. So transfer the dough to a lightly floured. My English today. I think it's just too early for me. Okay, grab some flour on your bench.
Delicious.
Hey, Agent Spacely, how are you doing today? Thank you for the raid. Goodness, double raid. The Space Cadets have crash landed. The Space Cadets have crash landed. Welcome in, Space Cadets. Welcome. Now, if you've crash landed, we have food for you. Welcome in. Give you some sustenance. Welcome to our planet. How was your stream? Elden Ring, hey! How's that going? So Mandolin says, I was hardcore, only one life world today, just exploring. Oh my goodness. Hello, I'm a new member of Team Equality and wanted to meet some new friends. Welcome in.
Thank you for choosing us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for choosing us. Team Equality, guys, is our stream team. Its focus is on inclusion and really positive energy. And so welcome in. It's lovely to have you here. For those that are new, my name is Molly. You can hear Exceed's voice.
Hello.
We're a cooking channel, so all we do here is food-related things. We have a lot of fun, and it's a place for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Get involved in chat, ask questions, but we have enjoy some nice food. So today we're making some baguettes. So onto a lightly floured work surface, we've got our dough here, and it says gently stretch out into a square, okay? So just stretch it out like this. Oh, mods, can we add bench scraper to the list of equipment on there? Bench scraper or a knife? It's fine. So, like this, just stretching it out. And we're gonna divide it into 6 pieces, 4 to 6 pieces. Today we're gonna do 6 because we're making smaller baguettes. Okay, this recipe you can find in our Discord. So we'll go like that and like that. Fabulous. Look at those. One's a little bit smaller than the other. Maybe we'll just give a little. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. Thank you, Roselli. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. I was like thinking my counting was off. Fabulous. So put this aside. Okay. Now, working with one piece at a time, we're gonna cover the other ones. So another thing that I need to mention is they've been floured on the bottom. They haven't been floured on the top. I don't recommend covering them with flour. Just make sure that they are floured on the bottom, so they're not sticking to the bottom, if that makes sense, sticking to the bench. And I'll explain to you why. So when we are going to, we'll just get some extra flour. And this is the great thing. This is why, like, you'll be able to follow this VOD and pick up some tips and tricks that I haven't written in the recipe. Because, you know, if I put everything in there, the recipe would be like this long rather than this long. Okay, so gently form into a flat rectangle like this. So we're going to form it into a flat rectangle. Fabulous. Cool. Now you've got your long sides. This is the same with any, like, baking, when we're making like pastries and things. It's good to know with your, remember, go back to school, remember your shapes. You've got the long sides and then the short sides, right? Because this is a rectangle. You want to pull the short sides outwards. You want to stretch it out slightly. And then it says gently form the flat rectangle and stretch out to make longer on the short sides. Bring the short sides into the center and press to seal. So fold them in like this and press to seal, press them downwards, right? So pinching them down, pressing them out. And then fold the long sides into the center like an envelope and press to seal. So pulling this now side inwards, press down and seal, and then bring the other one in, press that and seal. Cool? All right. You don't want too much flour. You want it lightly floured. I put too much. Okay. All right, so that is your pre-shaping done. And we're going to let them sit like that. Cool? It's your pre-shaping. So, and the reason why I was saying before is that you only want them to be like floured on one side is this is sticky, so it will stick onto itself. If you put flour, it's going to create a layer of flour and it's going to prevent that from sticking onto itself and it could uncoil. Make sense? So rectangle like this. And guys, these are rustic, they don't have to be perfect. So short side, so this is your baguette, short side, inwards. That, folding in on itself, and in on itself, and then pinching really nicely, folding it in, like that, okay? Cool. Next one. So short sides in. And basically you're trying to create a really nice tight shape. Eventually when we do our pre-shape, cool. So you can pull these in like that as well, pinch. You get it? Any questions?
Will this be on the exam?
Yes. So rectangle, rough rectangle, and then pull, or you could do a square, whatever, and then just pull it out so it becomes a rectangle, right? So fold, pinch, and then fold, pinch. Right. Yeah, it's to build the structure of the baguette so that it's tight on the outside, so that it springs upward rather than outward. We want to coil it inwards so that the gluten strands go inwards, up and inwards and around. So then the baguette goes, when it grows in the oven, it goes up rather than out. Cool? So, last two, this. That. So inwards, pinch. You can do a second one if you want, but that's your pre-shaping, and then once we'll let these sit for a few minutes. So you would let them sit, what did I say, for 10 minutes yet, to let them relax. Okay, so it's your shape, pull it out to a larger size. Shorter sides in, pinch, larger sides in, pinch. Cool. Make sense? All right, so we cover them. Hey Google, set timer for 10 minutes. Wash my hands.
Sure, 10 minutes, starting now.
Sometimes the dry dough can go like cement on your hands. You're just gonna make sure you just rehydrate it, and then it'll come off. Warm water is nice. Okay. Alrighty. So now is the time we're gonna preheat our oven, because these are gonna need to proof. I posted posted the photo on Discord, fabulous. Now's the time that we want to preheat our oven and ensure that it has been preheated for at least 45 to 50 minutes so that it can be hot enough. So when the bread goes in the oven with the ice cubes, it is at high temperature to get that oven spring. So that an oven spring is that initial, like, whoa, you know, it's hot in here, and it jumps out of its skin and it grows. That's called your oven spring. And that growth can be increased and helped out by steam. So what we're doing is we have a cast iron pan or a sauce, like a non-stick heat-proof, well, it doesn't need non-stick, a heat-proof fry pan at the bottom of the oven. We're gonna turn that up and turn the oven on so that it gets really, really hot. And when the bread rolls go in, we're gonna place some ice cubes. The ice cubes are gonna hit the hot cast iron. They're gonna melt and they're gonna create steam instantly. That steam is then going to help the bread. It's on like a scientific level. It creates like a gel, and the longer time that gel can be, as long as if it stays gel for a longer period, then the gluten and the bread will rise. It's only when the oven gets dry, or like the steam starts to already evaporate, then the crust will form. So if we can keep that gel, the outside layer of the bread to be moist, we'll get a nicer rise in our bread. And that's the key to having a really nice larger loaf, to get a nice oven spring, is to have steam. That can be done by using ice cubes. It also can be done by baking your bread in a cast iron with a lid. So we're trying to keep the steam in and in contact with the dough for as long as possible. Baguettes are a little bit hard because they're so long and they won't fit in a cast iron. It's better with a bully or a loaf to go in a cast iron pan. But we're gonna mimic that by using the bubbling, or the steam at the initial stage on the cast iron. Do you add extra ice, or is it not great to open? No, so you don't want to open the oven at all. You just want to put, I say in here 2 cups. So we're going to use 2 trays to put the 6 baguettes, so 3 on each. And then we're going to use about 2 cups of ice. The bread is going to go into the oven at the same moment. So that's why it says in here, I'll read you the stages. It will say, gather your ice cubes and place next to the oven in preparation. Open the oven door, quickly place the trays in before quickly pouring the ice cubes into the preheated fry pan or cast iron. Close the door. Reduce the temperature, so we've got that initial boost of heat, and then the temperature goes down. So initially it is 260 Celsius, 500 Fahrenheit, and then we're going to turn it down to 240 degrees Celsius, 465. So just a slight change in temperature, because we don't want the bread to burn. It still needs to just kind of cook in the internal parts. But yeah, have all your ice ready. Another way of doing it instead of ice is actually putting the cast iron, making sure that's half filled with water. So that will be steamy, and there'll be enough water in there that it's constantly got steam. But then that also, some people take it out after, because you don't want the steam and the water to stay in there the whole time, or your bread won't develop a crust at all. Like it will be cooked inside, and then the crust has to have a dry oven in the final stages to get that nice kind of like brown texture and the brown color and that really crusty texture. That needs to be in a dry oven. So that's why we use the ice cubes, because they'll evaporate and then they'll go away. That make sense? Cool. So it says preheat the oven. Preheat your oven to 260 degrees Celsius, 500 Fahrenheit. Place a cast iron or heat-proof frying pan at the bottom rack. Allow at least 50 to 60 minutes for the oven to heat up before baking bread. Okay, so cast iron is in here. Like that. Let's see, cast iron pan. It needs to be either cast iron or metal. It cannot be a casserole dish, because you will crack it when you put the ice cubes in. Because if it's a really hot pan, you add ice cubes, the temperature change is going to crack the porcelain or the ceramic. Cool? All right, there's like, I was making bread here yesterday and it's got like little bits of flour. Okay, so 260 degrees. So as hot as my oven goes, that, turn it on. Fan forced oven or whatever, normal. All good? Any questions so far? Feel free to ask. If you're watching the VOD, feel free to ask in Discord. Now, hey Google, did I set a timer?
Yes, you have a 10-minute timer.
How long to go?
There's 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go.
So I'll read you the next stage, is the final shaping. So keep your fingers damp to prevent the dough from sticking. After the dough has rested, shape the dough by the long side inwards into the center, sealing at the, now I've read this again, I need to change a few things. So bring the long sides into the center several times so that we can create a really tight ball. So just continuing what we did, only on one side, not both of them. We're just doing the long sides and folding them in to make them nice and tight. Then we're gonna place them seam side down. With the seam side down, we're gonna roll the dough outwards like a sausage to make them about 35 centimeters, 14 inches, okay? What do you need to change? I'll make a note. Final shaping, step 7. It says, after the dough has rested, shape the dough by the long side inwards into the center, sealing in the center several times until I suppose it makes sense, until a tight log forms. With the seam side down, roll the dough into about 35 centimeters, 14 inch long loaves. Place the shaped baguettes seam side down in a lightly floured tea towel to rest. I'll show you how to do this. Push the cloth up the sides to create folds. Then this helps the dough keep its shape. Cover the baguettes with a clean towel or plastic wrap and let them rest for 30 to 40 minutes or until double in size, okay? So basically, are you making them a little smaller than 14 inches? Yeah, I think they will shrink down, I'll show you. In my recipe, I say about this big, but today we're gonna make them half the size. So let's go with 6 inches, 6 to 7 inches, which is about 15 to 16 centimeters. Cool? So about that size. That's good for a banh mi, isn't it? They will grow a little bit as you bake them, but rather than a big long baguette, yeah. Okay, so this is what we're doing, is we have a cloth like this. There is a specific baker's cloth, which I've wanted to get, but I don't have one. Basically, it's a piece of fabric that we're going to get some flour. You don't need one. Just put some flour on like that, just lightly. It needs to make sure that it's floured. You never want too much. You know, I know when in recipes it says lightly floured and you're like, how much is lightly, whatever. People say you don't want too much. Well, what is too much? What is too little? There we go. Stop. Okay. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna place our baguettes this way. So going perpendicular to the bench. And we're gonna place them in here and we're gonna pucker up, pinch the sides so that they create little kind of valleys for the dough to sit there and rise upwards and long ways, but they don't rise outwards. So they're gonna be pushed up against each other, but these little puckers, these little valleys, are gonna prevent them from touching each other. And you get me? Like that. I just watched a video on a baker's cloth and had no idea that existed before then. What are the perks of it? It's just that it's larger. Like these are a little bit awkward, especially when you're making big baguettes. It's a specific item, I suppose, a baker's cloth. And they also, I haven't ever used one. I like the idea of them because you can make really long baguettes, but you just have to use more dishcloths. Like you could use 1 or 2 and use these the long way. Like you could turn it that way and you can do your baguettes that way. So it's not very necessary, but it just gives you a little bit more, you could probably fit 2 to 3 along here, but we're gonna use them this way today. And you just want to kind of pick with your 2 fingers, hold a piece and then pull it up right, and and then push it into, it will change once we put the dough in there, but it's just kind of like, for now, they have their little grooves. Cool? We'll kind of push this over there. So we've prepared that, and we're going to go back here. Now, so with working with one at a time, same old deal, you know, same. So it's always better. If you're working quickly, it doesn't really matter, but. So when we say seam, well, you know, I'm throwing around these different terms. Seam means, hey Google, what is the definition of a seam?
Singing has two different meanings. Starting with the most
Hey
common
Google,
one, singing
what
can be...
is a seam?
According to Wikipedia, in sewing, a seam is the joint where two or more layers of fabric, leather, or other materials are held together with stitches.
Yeah.
Prior to the invention of the sewing
Stop.
machine, all sewing was done.
Stop. So a seam is where the two layers have come together and we're pinching them, right? So we've done our pre-shape and now it's time for our, you know, our proper shape. So basically what we're doing is you're bringing these sides in, because this is the long side, remember? We discussed this is the long side, this is the short side. So with the shaping in comparison to the pre-shaping, we're just dealing with the long sides. We're not bringing the short side in this time. We're bringing the long sides in. So if you want, you can press it inwards a little bit, just for the first one. And then you're pulling in like that. And then you can rotate if you want, and then push in like that. Cool? And you want to create a really nice tight shape. So where you see that it's kind of bowing a little bit and it's not tight, just bring it in and push. Cool? And now it says we're going to roll these outwards. So different baguettes, like a Vietnamese roll, have like pointed edges. So you can put your fingers like this and create the nice pointed edges. And then we're going to roll that. So I think there is probably nice. Just let that shrink in a little bit. But I think that's a nice size. It kind of looks like a poop, but it's roughly around, I would say we're going to go with 20 centimeters. 27 centimeters will be good, which is about 8 inches. Cool, like that. And then you want to take this, pick that up and pop it into one of our little areas. You know, put that in there, push it up on the sides like that, and that's our baguette. Super easy. So, going again, pulling, and these guys, they're rustic. We're home cooks. We're not cooking for, you know, fancy people.
Yo, Molly.
They look better if they're rustic. Yes, Exceed.
I was just thinking about baguettes,
Yeah.
and I thought it was strange that baguettes are so prominent in Bali
Yeah.
and Vietnam,
Yes.
right? Like, and they're very, very different cultures. Like, very, very, very different.
Yeah.
Can you think of any other examples where we see that type of thing? Where, like, two very different cultures embracing the same thing, maybe in a different way?
Well, man, I can't think on the top of my head. I would, yeah, there's definitely something, but I can't think of it right now. What do you guys think? All right, so like that. Roll the edges first, just to create that little pointed edge, and then roll it out just slightly. Seam side down, so you can see a little line. Pinch if you want to make sure it's all sealed. Flip it over, and then goes into our little baby casing. Cool. Spekkock. Does that count? Indo-Dutch, maybe? I would say so. Okay. What comes to mind for you, Exceed?
I really can't think of any. I mean, it's easy to fall into the trap of the multicultural, cuisines, I guess. Like Australian. Like, we don't have like a defined cuisine.
Yeah.
We have a lot of everything.
Dumplings, yeah. Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, I'm struggling to think of many examples, to be honest.
Dumplings are a big thing because there's dumplings, or different types of dumplings all over the world. You've got your pierogies are a dumpling. You would call them a dumpling, or would you? Yeah. Then you've got your momos, your Indonesian, your Chinese style dumplings. But yeah. Okay. Pinching this together like that. Does anyone have any questions on the shaping, guys? So flipping it over. And this is the opportunity where you find that, they're a bit odd shaped, to roll them out and shape it, as you want. But don't stress too much. They're supposed to be fun. You just don't want them too narrow in some places, because then that will, they'll just kind of be oddly shaped. But that's, as you do it, you'll get better. Cool. Find the seam size down. Put it over there. We've got one more. Bang. So I just do it initial, kind of like a little push in, just to help them fold inwards. So then pinch. So you're pushing inwards, pulling in like that, pushing down, and then pinch. The final stage, pinch that seam together. Pinch that seam together. I'm from New York and I've never had Vegemite. Oh, Mary, we need to change that. Okay. Cool. And that, my friends, is how you make baguettes. Oh. Okay, hold on. I might do a second tea towel because I'm running out of space. Okay, tea towel. And it's also important because as they start to sit there and they will rise, they will absorb some of the flour. So you need to, more flour than you think, so that they don't grip, so you can roll them off when you need. So I put one on, just pinching, picking up the sides, folding it, beside the baguette, like that, giving it a little bit of room for it to grow. This one as well. We'll go 3 and 3, shall we? So pinch, just make sure there's no touching. You have to social distance them, like that. Look at them, pretty. Okay, so you gonna see? Give them a little bit of space. But you don't want them to rise out, you want them to rise up. So you're gonna give them a little bit of space so they can rise. It's like spread, but then they want them to rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Now, the other tea towel, I'm gonna take this off. So just to go over. Yeah.
What's the difference between Vegemite and Marmite?
So Vegemite was the OG, but then it wasn't that good. So then they were like, oh, we can do this better. We've created Vegemite. Vegemite is stronger and not as sweet, I don't think. I'm not 100% sure on it, to be honest. Okay, so ideally you want to leave these on your bench covered and not move them. Unfortunately, we've got a cooking show to do, so we're gonna move them before they have risen, okay? Like that. Cool. Oh, Exceeda, I wanted to take something into the thing today. Do you think we should take something into the radio station?
What? Not really, but what did you have in mind?
Like brownies or something?
Nah, it's got to be a more like the only thing that would really be acceptable would be like a tray, like cookies.
Oh. Guys, do you think we make cookies?
I think it's anything more than that is like a bit big and awkward.
Is a bit what?
Like bit big and awkward to move around and to give to people.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone can just like grab a cookie or a biscuit.
Yeah. But do you think it's a nice thing?
Yeah. I'm sure they'll remember you if they're good cookies. Well, they'll remember you if they're bad as well, but probably not in the way you want.
All right, so then there's only 3 of them here, so I'm just going to fold them on top of each other. So that is your dough. Hey Google, set timer for 20 minutes. What if what?
Okay, 20 minutes. Starting now.
What if we walked in with pizza?
No, here's a cooking show, but you know, we own a cooking show and we run a cooking show, but here, have someone else's food.
Okay, all right, hear me out.
I'm just going to show you guys again, stretch and folds. Yeah, I'm listening.
A Subway platter.
No.
But then we put our sticker on the top of it. Boom. The Molly Way platter.
You just want Subway. Fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold, rotate, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, fold. Like that. What up, fam? Levy, you're here. Nice to see you. I actually thought you were in stream earlier. Accidentally. It was really bad. Okay. Let's make the filling for our donuts. We're not making donuts. Filling for our banh mi. I got donuts in my mind. I just saw a picture of a donut. Okay, what do you think we should make to take into the radio station? Do you think chocolate chip cookies are the way to go?
No, I don't.
What do you think then?
Because chocolate chip cookies are
Really?
messy.
Well, you said cookies, mate.
Yeah, but the chocolate chip bit like melts on your finger and stuff.
Chocolate chip cookies are too simple.
It's gotta be
no,
very-
scones are too messy.
Very people friendly.
Make something from First Things First. Shortbread?
Honestly, I think Anzac cookies would be the play.
You reckon? From First Things First version? Yeah, it was Anzac Day. Cake pops, too hard. We need something to do in like an hour. Who cares how messy? You're not eating them. Okay, so Anzac cookies are yummy and easy. Okay, all right, we'll make the First Things First ones. Because then we can say, we're in our cookbook. Okay. Now, banana bread, we don't have any bananas. Chocolate brownies, chopped chip bliss balls, Anzac biscuits. 2 cups, oh, no, I can't, we don't have any coconut.
Delicious.
Hey, Kerry. Thank you for your resub. I sure thought that happened last time. But thank you very much. I think the lemon shortbread. Kez, thank you so much for the resub. 30 freaking months. I said Molly fried chicken. Shortbread sounds good. Twitch is drunk. I'm glad that it's drunk because it made me see you. Okay, I don't think I have. It says desiccated coconut, but I use. I got enough rolled. Okay, exceed. What you need to call it? Anzac biscuits, but not with shredded coconut, with desiccated coconut, or shortbread.
What do you mean shortbread?
Lemon shortbread from First Things First.
Oh, that's very tough. I think we need to do a poll.
Desiccated coconut. Need to head out. See you, Matala. Take care, brush your hair, be good to yourself and those around you. Coconut is important to Anzac cookies. Yeah, no. We just made Anzacs, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Shortbread, especially since it was just Anzac Day. Yeah.
Hold up.
Delicious.
Delicious
I'm here
roll!
for the pork rolls.
Well, you come to the right place. You go and watch the VOD if you want to learn how to make some crusty baguettes too.
Whoa.
What?
Look at the results. Overwhelming, one might say.
I can't see because the hype train's there. Guys, we're so close to a hype train. First she asked me to chop onions, now she asked me to brush my hair. Hate on Matala Day. You can brush your forehead. I can't see the poll results. But 11-1 shortbread. My gang. Okay, my shortbread is my favourite. So, all right, do we do lemon, lime, orange shortbread? What do we think?
Delicious.
Delicious! Yes! Beware, thank you for the 100 bits! Yeah. Guys, I got an interview. Cha!
Delicious.
Ooh! Jason Derulo. I want to talk to you about so many things, Road. I'm very excited. But thank you so much for 10 gift subs.
Way too loud,
Legend.
Molly.
I'm loud. The yelling, the woo.
Directly into the microphone.
Oh, no, I did it. Microphone's here. I went away from it. See, that's how good the Rode microphones are. Damn, guys. Holy frios.
Thank you so much, Rode.
Thank you so much.
Today, we're getting ready, Rode. We leave in maybe an hour and a half, an hour and 45. And Molly's got a radio interview on a real radio station. So we're going to take
I'm going
in
to
some
go in there
snacks
and I'm going
bribe
to
them.
judge their audio equipment. Like, you need a Rode, Rodecaster. You need a whatever. All their cable management too. Yeah, sorry, Exceed, I interrupted you. I'm just so nervous now. I'm making cookies. Sorry, Exceed. I'm very sorry. I interrupted you. Please continue.
I was done talking.
Oh. Okay. So, icing sugar. Guys, did you answer? I asked flavor. Lemon, lime, orange.
Liz asked if you can do more than one citrus.
Yeah, you can do both. Lemon and lime. Lemon and lime's good. All right, I'm going to take these both away. We're going to come back in here. Welcome to the pantry.
I can't get over you going off like a siren. You've never done that in 5 years of streaming.
Yes, I have. Are you serious? I make noises
Jack.
all the time.
Not like that. Chat, can anyone back me up? That was
do you mean?
very off script. Please don't do it though.
Sorry. Okay, we're going to go do lemon and lime. So I'm going to add some lemon and lime. And I'm going to add fresh zest. Don't you worry, guys. I'm not a heathen.
Delicious.
Delicious. Arbitrator.
You gotta stop.
Okay, sorry. Guys, keep the hype going. Let's go. Sorry, I'm very excited. Okay.
Delicious.
Sam. Thank you so much, Sam. Okay. I couldn't sleep last night. I'm super nervous. Please take away a coffee. La 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 la. Well, Rode started it. Okay. If I had butter, where would I be? I sound like I'm about to start
Delicious.
a Auntie Donna skit. If I had butter, where would I be? I don't know. And then they go on a random tangent about aunties and dogs or something. Fridge or bench? Hey, Blue Sap, thank you so much. Blue Sap, are you Blue Sapphire? Thank you for the 100 bits. Butter in the drawer. Yeah, but I need 1 cup of butter. That's not enough. We need to go into the fridge butter. But I don't know. Auntie Donna. If I was butter.
Molly, I think Sam shared a concern that a lot of people do, especially maybe after watching.
Concern
you.
about me?
Sam says, I put my butter outside and it melts, and I'm kind of worried if it's okay.
Okay, so when you say melts, what do you mean? Like melty as in runny, or like softened and a little bit like? How do you mean, Sam? Oh my god! I'm gonna do two-thirds of the recipe. What could go wrong? Okay. Oh, the fridge won't shut. Okay. Runny, but not all of them, just the surface part. Yeah, then it's still okay. If it's salted butter, it's okay. You want to kind of use that kind of softer part first. Obviously, it's up to your own personal decision. I can't tell you what's the right thing to do. Obviously, I don't have the hashtag disclaimer. So yeah, it's up to your own discretion. I'm okay with it as long as it's covered and there's no bacteria. It's in a drawer or something. You don't want any bugs or something in there. But yeah, it's completely fine, in my opinion. I blame Rode for making mics that what? Thank you guys for the hype train. Really appreciate it. Hell yeah. So, in a large bowl with a hand mixer, cream together the butter and the sugar until light and creamy. So with this recipe, I use powdered icing sugar because it's sugar, but it's also a small amount of cornstarch or corn flour to prevent it from clumping. But that also creates a lighter structure and result in your shortbread. Viewer discretion advised. That's it. I have to go. Thank you for the bread tips. Mary, have a fantastic week. Soft butter on the bench is covered is fine, I reckon, as long as it doesn't smell rancid. Yep. Or you don't want to leave that butter, that runny butter or whatever, for days. Like you want to use it as within a day or two. It's like, that's the same with any butter. Like if you're leaving it on the bench at room temperature, you need to be using it within the week. Because it's going to go rancid. And not on like a really hot day. If your house gets really hot, you want to put it in the fridge. And we're very lucky our house is kind of like a cool temperature all year round. Or I put it in a drawer where it's a little bit cooler. You don't want to leave it in until it gets really runny. When you say leave it outside, do you mean like leave it out? Do you mean outside of the fridge? You don't put it outside of the house? Just making sure. Unrelated to anything we are discussing, but I was thinking today, has anyone ever made an upside down cake that wasn't pineapple? Yes. The recipe on the website, the butter cake or the apple tea cake, you can make that with nectar. I made it with nectarines or apples, and you can make that into an upside down cake too. It's good. You just dust the nectarines with a little bit of like lemon juice and some sugar, and then put them on the bench. Are we not upside down? Okay. Now, into this bowl, we want to add the butter. So I'm just gonna figure out how much butter I've got, and then we'll figure out how much shortbread we can make. So we're aiming for 240 grams of butter.
Molly, look at the screen.
Oh my God. hold on. Peach, plum, nectarine. Yep. Yep. Okay. So we have 150 grams of butter. No worries. It's gonna be good. Okay. So cooking for other people that aren't my family, we go into proper molly mode. Stone fruit, yeah, plum nectarine would be great. Okay. We're gonna add in, with this, we're gonna add in 120 grams. Ugh. 0. Oh, shit, too much. Too much. Nice. So basically shortbread is butter, sugar and flour, and then you could add in some zest or whatever as you like. The difference between a shortbread compared to a sugar cookie is sugar. So a butter shortbread has higher percentage of butter, whereas a sugar cookie has a really high percentage of sugar to make it crunchier and less kind of buttery and kind of crumbly. Okay, so I have some dried lime powder here, a little bit of this, and I also have some lemon powder. Just gonna have, because it's dried, it has like a really nice hit of essential oils. And then we're gonna go in, take my glove off, grab out a lemon and a lime. Cool. You wanna wash them because we're zesting them. Zester. We'll be doing it. Oh, okay. So, my grandma's funeral has been set. So that is on the Thursday, the 12th. And then my birthday is the 13th. It's not ideal, but my dad and family organized it. So initially we were going to stay down at the farm the day after the funeral, like to stay that night, to kind of be with family and whatever, but we're not going to now because we're going to come back and hang out with you guys. So we'll come up that night and then we've got our birthday stream. Exceed had something planned, I think, for that day, the 12th, so he's had to cancel it. But it's not about us, you know, the day we just have to make stuff work, and then he has to postpone. I have no idea what we've got planned. Exceed's doing it all, Liz. I'm very, very lucky because I've never really wanted to do anything, but for my birthdays and things, and I don't really like too much fuss. But this year I'm very excited. Exceed is always phenomenal. Around my birthdays or Christmas or something, he always goes above and beyond. So he'll have something planned. You won't tell anyone, will you, Exceed? Well, you could tell everyone except for me. They have maybe we're doing something, dinner or something. Thank you. Lemon, a little bit of lime. I get scared of this thing because it hurts when you get your nails. Alright, I don't want to kill them with too much zest, so I'm going to go light. And I'm going to grab... Hey Google, how long on my timer?
T minus 34 seconds.
Oh, hey! Good girl. Damn it. Usually I would just pick this up and I would keep, you know, cooking with it, but I'll wash it. Exceedy there.
Yo.
Did you see what Liz said? Liz said?
Yes.
I was trying to talk to you. Stop.
I don't know what I can say. It's very, very difficult. There's been a difficult time in a lot of ways. And it's very stressful. And I'm very much looking forward to it being over. So that any and all surprises I have planned, I no longer need to keep a surprise and we can be done.
It's been really hard because my mum and stepdad have made the decision to not be vaccinated, and while the rest of the family have been vaccinated, they haven't. They, you know, until just recently, they weren't allowed to go to any hotel, like restaurants or anything like that. So Exceed had to organise. You know, we didn't want to upset them, but you know, they made their bed. But
so I had organised a whole bunch of stuff, and then the state changed the rules so they can come now. So all of those plans have to be changed because we want to include them. And then we learned the funeral was on the 12th, which is the day before. So I've had enough of planning.
yes. Oh, hello. Where went you? All right, so we're mixing together the butter and the sugar, creaming them together. So if you're using granulated sugar, you just want to make sure that you mix until the sugar has been dissolved. But because I'm using powdered sugar, it's going to dissolve a lot quicker. So the recipe says, with the mixer, so cream together the butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Add the vanilla and the zest, which we already added the zest. So we're gonna add some vanilla extract. It's nearly empty. Vanilla bean paste, actually, not extract. I don't like saying extracts anymore because they're not as fancy. They're not Liz level. If I zested fruit but don't need to use the juice, how long will the fruit stay good? I zest, if it's in the fridge, like as long as it won't it'll just go dry, but the juice will be fine. Just if it's the same if it wasn't zested. So like if it's in the fridge, if you just bought it, you want to zest it that same day or a few days later, it'll last like a few, few days, a week, 2 weeks. It's surprising the funeral isn't sooner. 3 weeks seems like a long time. Yes, my cousin. I have a cousin and a uncle that live in the East Coast, so it was enough time for them to come over. They aren't vaccinated, so there was worry about they, couldn't come in, and just don't get involved with their opinions. And they can come in. They still have to quarantine with the law. Like the rules got changed a few days ago, so now they can come in. They have to quarantine for 7 days, I think. It's just kind of travel and everything. But also because of COVID, the funerals it takes longer. They were saying it's taking sometimes a month to 2 months to bury someone. So especially with my family being in the country, so you know, towards Narrogin kind of area, in the wheat belt kind of region. It's like there's not as many funeral homes and things like that. So it's kind of have to wait in line. You know what I mean? Okay, so now we've got that. Vanilla extract, butter. I use salted butter, so I don't put any salt in here. Lemon's zest, or we put lemon and lime zest. Icing sugar or regular sugar, and flour. So I'm using plain flour, and we want to use about 250, or we're going to go with 200 grams first, and see how we go. Okay.
On top of all that, my phone broke.
Oh yeah.
So I can't SMS or call anyone, and that makes it surprisingly hard because I'm also not on Facebook, so I can't
communicate.
It's kind of hard for me to like reach out to people.
Yeah.
Because usually, like as a couple, we'll talk through Molly's like phone basically, because she's in like group chats with our friends and family.
Man, this is way too fast. Like, this is on low. All right, so just mixing it until it comes together, and then just use a spatula. What other channel were you guys in? Liz and Cad. Who have you been cheating on me with? Yeah, one thing that, like, when you're a streamer, you got to share viewers, and you got to, like, you know, you got to get comfortable with realizing that people go around to different channels. Like, huh? I want you to be here with me all the time, and only me. Russ, thank you for 4 months. Been cheating on you too, but I didn't want to own up to it. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. Guys, who else has been cheating on me? I don't watch anyone except for you, Molly. Only when I'm on. I don't care who you watch when I'm not on. Reaps and Rube. Oh, don't you love Reaps? We love Reaps. Would you guys like to see Reaps and I and Exceed and I do something together? Work together? You talk to Reaps. I've been meaning to, but he's a hard man to get in contact with. Who has been cheating on Molly? Oh my God, there's a poll up in chat. Okay, so basically you bring this together until, you don't want to mix it too much or then it goes firm. I've only been watching you lately because my schedule. Nuts Camp. Nuts Camp gets a VIP. Mr. Mike Makes, your arch nemesis. My arch nemesis, no, not Mike. Oh my God, anyone but Mike. Yeah, the Rubies, I never see Katie live ever anymore since she's changed her stream schedule. I used to watch Katie in the mornings when I came back from the gym, when we streamed in the afternoon, and I used to watch Katie every morning, or what mornings that she was on. Can't do that anymore. Okay, so using your spoon, I'm just gonna have a little taste of this. Oh God, it's so good. Are we cheating on you, or are you the other woman?
That's the real, yeah.
No, I am not the other woman.
The real test is when multiple streamers that you like are live at the same time. Who do you go and watch?
Who do you watch? She started back to Wednesday evenings. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna just put this in the fridge for a bit, and then we will come back to it. These St. Louis arch puns are getting out of hand. I usually, yeah, you're like a, I can't say it out loud, but Rod, you get around.
Half of them are probably music streams as well, so you've got like a symphony.
Just make sure that, you know, that you put a helmet on. Ask people when they, no, I'm gonna make a very inappropriate joke. But I, as a road ambassador and as a road warrior, I am polite and all the time.
Liz,
Family
that's
friendly.
very sweet.
Liz says both, one on my iPad and one on the computer or phone, but then I learned that it doesn't count for the streamers or something, so I felt bad. Oh,
I think in that, assuming they're both on the Wi-Fi or they're both on the same internet connection, I think it will only count a viewer towards the first one you tuned into.
yeah, the first one, Liz, the first one. God, now this is why I'm not rating anyone ever again, because now you guys get interested in new streamers. God, make sure you wear protection, like a helmet. I didn't know that either. Okay, let's get to our buns, guys. Okay, we made buns. No, we didn't. We made baguettes. Shut. Okay, be really gentle, but look. Look at the buns. They've risen slightly. A little bit bigger, just slightly bigger. But they will rise in the oven. They will rise. Let that rise. Nope, you're still the only one that I watch. The only one I dream of. Isn't that Shania Twain? Oh, you don't need, guys, you don't need baking paper. You can line them if you want, you don't need them. Okay, so we're gonna be really gentle here. This is what I was talking about, because usually you wouldn't move them, they'd be on the bench and you wouldn't. I think that's Alanis Morissette. Okay, be really gentle. What you wanna do is, this is a little bit tricky, but you're with your cloth. I know this is gonna be really hard, okay? But what you wanna do is kind of like pick these up and flip them over here and then flip them on there. I'll show you what I mean. So you basically wanna like roll it off onto the bench. And
Unfortunately,
who said that?
Road Mike saying, unfortunately, I can confirm it was Shania Twain.
Man, I feel like a woman. I got a cramp in my leg, fuck. Oh my God, shouldn't do leg raises. Oh my God. Oh, that was not where I was supposed to go with that. Yeah, I went, can't see, but I went to like put my knee up like this. I was like, that. Don't worry, guys, I'm smooth. Oh, my ears, I'm sorry. Look, I made my... So basically, you're not trying to deflate, you're trying not to deflate them, okay? And just slide it off. This is the hardest part, I suppose.
Molly, you have under an hour.
Okay. Baguette 3, done. Ready? And so it's good if you put it upside down, because then you can flip it the right way around. Ooh. Guys, these baguettes are gonna be so good. And I need to cook the cookies, shiza. Oh, I'm so excited for these baguettes. Okay, now they're there. Ready? Now I'm starting to rush. Okay. Your blade. So this is what they look like. Your baguettes, baguettes, baggies. All right. Just diagonal crosses. All right. There we go. Check that out. Now, what do we need? Ice. Like 2 cups of ice. So put it in here. Pantry. Do you guys remember? We're gonna be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Cool? Oh, I might just take this whole thing. Yeah, okay. So, as soon as the baguettes go in, or you can put this in first, then put the baguettes in straight away. Be prepared. Cool? Ready? You'll be able to hear the sizzle. Rode, can you please ask the team, we're wanting a heat-proof microphone that I can put inside the oven. Can you make that work? Hook a sister up. All right. Fuck! I burned myself and now I've wasted all of the... No! God! This is not how it usually goes. There's... Oh. Fucking hell, Lauren. Molly. God. Smooth today. Now the heat from my oven's gone. Ugh! This is what happens when I'm nervous. Guys, you gotta laugh, because if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. Yeah, oven in the microphone in the oven to pick up more swears. Its biggest issue would be moisture rather than heat. Obviously, when I'm putting trying to put ice blocks in. Okay. Now put your baguettes in. Make sure your oven's really hot, unlike mine. There we go. Exceed just said, I've got to wear pants. He goes, what the fuck? I've got to wear pants today. He's just realised. All right, there you go, baguettes. Guys, read the recipe. Do as I... Huh? You can't... Please don't wear white socks. Guys, do as I say in the recipe, don't do as I do. But it's Pants Off Friday, Exceed. Why can't you wear shorts? No one will care. We established last time we liked the white socks. Okay, Rode, are you still here? Rode, sometimes I value your opinion. Rode, what's your opinion on white socks versus black socks?
Ankle sock.
Sometimes, excuse me, white ankle socks. I don't own a single pair of white socks, right? For a reason, right? Black all the time. Baby, oh, Rode, you've got in my good books again. Not that you weren't in my bad books, but...
It sounded a lot like that.
No, what was it? You know, he said something, Rode said something like a few months ago, and you sided with Exceed, and now you're back in my good books. I listen to death metal. I'm limited in my choices. The same time can be said for the rest of my clothes. I'm a black person too. I wear black too. That's what I meant to say. I wear a lot of black. Because I like to wear black on stream because one, I don't have to pick multiple things to wear and how what they go with the green screen or whatever. But also because I want my focus to be on the food and the cooking and the community, not my dress of, my dress or my attire that I wear. Sound like my hubby, except for the death metal. He wears All he wears is black. Yeah, see, I think black socks or dark socks are the way to go, because white socks, as soon as you walk anywhere, they look dirty. And the feeling of that makes me feel sick. Make it like having dirty clothes. Having dirty clothes makes me really uncomfortable. Really hate dirty clothes. And you get to see all the flower stains, which makes it even more cookier. That's why you wash your socks. I burn myself. Okay, these baguettes look amazing. I think I've saved them. Okay, anyway, we're gonna make these cookies and the things to go in the baguettes, I suppose.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
I have no idea what I'm allowed to share and not allowed to share.
Yeah?
And Dylan, if you're watching this is amazing.
What do you mean?
We got asked a couple of days ago.
Let me see.
No, I don't know if I can show.
No, but you can show me and I can go, wow.
Put this on.
Okay. Go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, this is so good. That was just... Oh, this is so good. How lucky are we? Oh, this is so good. Oh. Oh, that is so good. Guys, there's this, it's coming soon.
I don't know if
Twitch.
we are. We haven't been told we can't share it, but it's not really ours to share.
Oh my gosh. Twitch have created just something, and will probably be released soon. It is so good. We are so lucky to be involved in.
They're sharing it this afternoon.
How lucky are we? Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Oh my God. Oh, guys. Okay, let's get cooking. We actually are a cooking show. Okay. Thank you everyone for just being here. Not today, every day. My drawer is leaking. My oven's leaking, water. Just gonna put a cloth under there. Don't spill ice. Oh, they look so good. Don't put ice. Spill it in your fridge. Okay. Can't wait to find out what it is. It's really cool. Okay, what time did you put the bread? I don't know, but I'm looking at it. I'll keep a visual. Okay, Miss Molly Silicone Mat, available now. Free shipping to Australia and USA. It's not just a cooking mat, it's a play mat. You can build your PC on it. You can put all your musical equipment on it. You could put all your, use it as a desk mat or a mat for your mouse pad. When you're working at home, you can show measurements. You can do your accounting on it. It's an all-purpose mat. This one, all you can do the basic B. If you don't want to have all of the measurements, they might be too distracting while you're at work. You can get the basic B, and then you can just be with me. Think of me, whatever you're doing, with the basic B. You can use it to store someone named Matt. Okay, so basically what we're doing is with our dough, it's our shortbread. Like this. Yes. Oh, I can't get over that thing that Xe just showed me. We're just so blessed.
You
Hashtag
guys are gonna
blessed.
love it.
It's very cool. Exceeds in it too. Okay, rolling pin. Okay, we're gonna just do circles, okay? Oh, do you know what we should do? Is just roll, yeah. You know, we're gonna go lazy style, but we don't need to impress them with our fancy shapes and stuff, because that I hate doing that. I hate cutting out shapes with cookies. Hate stamps or whatever. So what you do, as per the first things first recipe, get yourself some baking paper, like this, baking paper. Pop it in here, like this. And this is a great way, you can have this in your freezer and then just slice off a piece and then slice off some cookies if you want. Guys, life shouldn't be hard. You should have cookies in all the time. See, would you say, do you like cookies or cake better? Like what's better than, is there anything better than cookies? Or
When you say cookie, you're talking like a Subway cookie type thing?
always come back to
specifically from
Subway.
Subway,
Always
but-
come back to Subway.
But that's the type of thing you mean when you say cookie, right?
Yeah, cookies or yeah. What's
See,
better,
it's a
guys?
loaded question because more often than not, cookies are better than cake.
Okay.
But there are some cakes that are better than cookies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's hard to find a bad cookie, for me anyway.
Hard to go past a Subway macadamia white chocolate chip cookie. This is true. It's one of the better ones. But you know what else though? They're very, very sweet. Too sweet for me. Okay. Now all you need is a kniffy, a knife. Don't chop on your silicone mat though. Do it to the side. Do it on your bench. Okay, so all you need to do is take slices like that. That's your cookie. Good. Knife safety. I just have to. Good. Oh man. I think they're good. If they don't bake well, then we're not taking them. Okay, baguettes are looking good. Does anyone know what time I put them on? The recipe, what I said in here, the baguettes should be cooked for about 25 to 35 minutes until they're like nicely browned. Good thing there are 2 ovens. This is true. But you know, I wasn't going to use the other one because it's got something in it. But yeah. Okay, so you just slice it like this. And they won't rise because they're just butter, sugar, flour, and some zest, vanilla. Like there's nothing really in them. So they won't rise, or only very slightly. We did incorporate, when we beat the butter and the sugar together, we had a small amount of air that was incorporated, but not too much, so they won't rise too much. The butter, they might melt slightly and spread, which is good. And then once they're cooled, hopefully I might just take some powdered sugar with me to then dust them with powdered sugar before serving. Fabulous. So we might just spread them out just a little bit more. But, oh God, I forgot to turn the oven temperature down. I just realized. But they're looking fabulous. So they'll probably just come out anyway. Now, there we go, guys. Take the gloves off. Ow. Look at them. Gonna be delish. Fabulous. I don't think I should have put this extract in. The dried, because they look like they've got brown specks, but it's basically just the dried lemon powder. Okay, you guys want to see the baguettes? Baguettes? You ready? Oh, hello. Oh. Exceed, I need a GoPro thing, please. I totally forgot about it after yesterday's stream. Oh.
So is everyone clear on what Molly needs?
I need one of those, you know, the GoPro
thing,
screw things. You know what I mean. So you can do a little bit darker if you want. But they look fabulous. Nice size that I wanted. See how this one a little bit skinny in the middle? That's no problem. Yeah. Can you unscrew that one?
So what happened?
It melted off.
What do you mean?
That was that. The plastic melted.
Oh.
Broke off. In the chat. In the chat. See, what do you think of my baguettes?
They're very thin.
Yeah, they're supposed to be thin.
Are they?
Oh, they're not supposed to be that thin.
They're quite thin.
Yeah, but I wanted them thinner. You're not like a bag, yeah, because Exceed doesn't really like them because they're, we all have to be skinny in the middle. Meh.
More for you.
Exceed doesn't really like crunchy, so he likes them a little bit softer.
Hurts your mouth.
Hurts your mouth, he says. Oh, that got me good. That thing. Oh, it's still water in the fry pan. Thank you. Cool. Now, thin baguettes are yummy and chewy. Are we have time to make the baguettes? The banh mi? But look, let's get this skinny guy. Look. Guys, you can make these at home, look. Look at them. Look at that. In the chat. In the chat. Soft, crunchy. Needs butter. Hell yes. So come to the Molly Is it boulangerie? Is that how you pronounce it? Isn't that bakery? Look at them! We don't really have any butter left. Hey Google, add butter to my shopping list. I've done.
Sorry to interrupt, Molly.
Sure, I added butter.
We've just been told that thing that we didn't show, but we
Yeah.
both loved,
Yeah.
will be getting posted in the next hour or so.
Cool. Oh man. Hello? There we go. It's the only bit of butter I've got left. Oh yeah, look at that. Boulangerie. Hey Google, what is the French word for bakery?
In French, that's pâtisserie.
Oh.
Anything else you want me to translate?
Nah. Hey Google.
Sure.
What does
I got it.
boulangerie mean? What does that word mean?
In Portuguese, you would say,
Balandra.
Hey Google, what is boulangerie? What is that?
on the website smithcarson.com, they say, the show presents Bull as a soothsayer
Stop.
who uses alchemy and intuition.
Stop. Man. So, thank you. God, that's what I was thinking. Is patisserie is a pastry shop.
Bakeries must bake their bread on premises to hold the title of a boulangerie in France.
Have I hopefully, but I don't know if I have I influenced you to make baguettes? Showed you how easy they are. I know they seem overwhelming, but they're so easy. Where's my dough? So this made 6 long, like medium ones and skinny, but you can do these longer if you want and crunchier. I would bake these longer just so they're crunchier, but except you would actually like them. They're not very crunchy, like in comparison to the ones I know you hate. And see a lot of air bubbles because that is from the long proof time overnight. Nice aeration. So good. Need some French cheese. I don't really feel like making banh mi anymore, but we have to leave. I've got like half an hour, right?
Yep.
What else could we put into our sandwich? We might do a banh mi another day. Oh no, I'm just not feeling it anymore. Oh. Let me think. Nah, we might as well. We might as well. Banh mi. Banh mi, guys, banh mi. Okay, fry pan. I had a chicken. All right, so with the chicken, we want fish sauce, oyster sauce, red pepper flakes, lemongrass, touch of soy. So lemongrass paste. I've now been inspired to open my oven door and scream obscenities. Shh, shh, that didn't happen. Okay. Now, chicken breast. So Margot and Adaf Khan, the only people that have been interested in making the... Oh, Sam says wants to make the baguettes. Anyone else? If you guys want to do them, I'm happy to step you through them, answer any questions. All right, chicken breast. I just defrosted this last night, so just got a little bit of stuff on the plate. Okay. See, if we go to the pantry, please. Okay, so I've got lemongrass out there. I want a little bit of light soy sauce, some oyster sauce, fish sauce, garlic and ginger's out there. Hoisin, hoisin, nah. Sriracha here. Kewpie is also around there. I think we've got some Kewpie in the fridge. We might be on our last legs, so I have to open another one. I'm going low. Okay, so here I've just, the cookie's looking good. Hey Google, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Starting now.
All right. What did Exceed do? Did you change the
No, nothing.
pantry cam?
No.
They gave you away, Exceed. All right, so just slicing the chicken, just lengthways, because then we're gonna cook it and it takes less time. Like that. So you can do lemongrass beef, we've done that before, if you guys remember. I'm just hacking at this with a paring knife. Funny enough, I've got my drawer at the moment. Okay.
Molly, what do you think about doing an upside down camera? A channel point redemption.
Oh yeah, yeah. For how long?
3 hours.
No. For like a minute? No, yeah. And you'd have to have a cool down because you don't want to ruin other people's like stream experience. That's what I'm hesitant of. Remind me. Keep sitting off your. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so lemongrass chicken. We're going to use lemongrass. You could use stalks if you want and just bush them and chop them, but we're going to use about a tablespoon. What about a chat adds an ingredient? Well, we've got a charity stream coming up next week, so that could be an idea, Mr. Road. So we've got some oyster sauce. Tablespoon of oyster sauce, a little bit of fish sauce, just a tiny bit because Exceed's not a fan. Soy, a little bit of, just a tiny bit of soy, a little bit of sriracha, and I'll get some garlic. Where'd that lime go? Porque got their lime. All right, so I want to add a tablespoon of brown sugar, so I'll just go and grab that. Now, add Vegemite to the dish, redemption. No way. No way. You guys are nasty. So you do it often. I'd be making cookies and you add Vegemite. Okay. this. Fresh garlic. Can't be bothered getting ginger out, so I'm just gonna, because it's in the freezer. I can't even find it here. Don't knock it in too, try it. Exceed, how was your mustard coffee?
Well, I tried it, and I'll knock it now. It's terrible.
Make this into aspic. So we could do, like, that would be like a tip thing. So it's like, I don't know, something crazy. $500 and I'll make it, no, $100. I'll make an aspic out of whatever I'm making. All right, garlic. Only 100. Damn it! I should have stuck with 500. Okay. So making sure that's all mixed. We're gonna add a little bit of this lime juice. Heat your pan. Stop. Hey Google, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. And we're starting now.
Alright. We're gonna cook our chicken and then we're gonna make our inside. So I'd like to make a pickle carrot, like a quick pickle carrot. Hey Littles, welcome in. We just made these fresh baguettes, so if you guys are interested in learning how to make like your own crusty bread, we just did a cook along. The recipe's in our Discord to make some homemade baguettes from scratch. So I just showed the community. So just watch the VOD. Basically 400 grams of plain or bread flour, 300 grams of water, 1 teaspoon of yeast, which is 3 grams of yeast, which is 3/4 teaspoon of yeast, and 7 grams of salt. And mix it, leave it overnight, come back, shape them. Delicious! And now we're gonna make them into banh mi.
Are you still actually doing that?
Say that again.
Are you still actually doing that?
The banh mi.
Yeah.
Besides chicken,
You got
is
20
blonde-
minutes, Molly.
Easy. Besides chicken, is blonde hair on a guy a deal breaker? I don't get the whole chicken part, Patrick, but blonde is nice. I like a blonde-headed man, but I feel like you're making a joke about a chicken. Okay. I prefer my chicken hairless. Look at that. This is how the camera gets melted. It likes to get too close. Ugh. I think this one needs to have a zoom on it because it just gets too close. Hey, not that close. That's a little bit. You need to put that. No, that's not that song. Oh, I thought it would. What's that like? The hub music. I don't want to say the whole name out loud. I didn't actually know that was the theme song. For Pornhub. I can't say the name out loud. Stop.
Do you want this zoomed in or not?
Nah, because then the quality like gets poopy. So it's fine to not. Keep burning myself. It's fine. Stop. Okay. Da-na-na-na-na. Today's the last day of April. Today is the last day for us for Food and Drink Month. God damn, it's gone so quick. Shout out to Twitch ANZ for making it a thing. Continuing to keep it a thing. Keep it a thing. All right. Cookies. I don't know about taking these cookies. They're a bit how you going. It's not as good when I say it compared to Exceed. How do you say it, Exceed?
It's a bit how you going.
There you go. Better when he says it. Enhance, enhance, enhance. All right, everyone, shut your eyes. Wait. Don't just shut them. You don't have to shut them just yet. Shut your eyes. We'd like to upgrade this to like another ZB1 eventually. Oh, damn it, I made it worse. Better? No, that's good. That's good. Poked you in the eye, you deserve it.
Can
Dad.
they open their eyes now, Molly?
You can open your eyes. Surprise, 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 surprise. Guys, is Littles, are you still here? Guys, has anyone...
Yeah, Little's made Gordon Ramsay, dog.
Littles, I think you did an amazing job. Guys, you have to go and check out Littles. She is a gamer as well as, I think you should do more cooking. I'm loving to see it. She's Australian, New Zealander, streamer extraordinaire. She's a lovely
Correct me
human.
if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we have the same coffee machine.
Do we? Littles, what type of coffee machine do you have? Guys, you're going to check out the Twitch ANZ Twitter or Instagram to see a video. For my blonde hair.
Delicious.
Hey, Dexorus! Thank you so much. Littles, welcome to Mollytopia. For my blonde hair, it's just had an urgent thought of cutting it off completely. Anyway, for the chicken, are you planning on putting it in the oven in the pan? No. I sliced it pretty thinly, so then I'll just chop it up and then put it in the roll. If it doesn't need to be cooked. Yes, we have that as well. Yes. You can barely see it, but it's around the corner. We love it, except it's messy. Except the other one has like a tamp that it does the coffee, grinds it for you and tamps it itself. I just find that it's a bit messy, but it's fantastic. It makes really good coffee. As I was saying, Patrick, is because this is thin enough, it's cooking with the heat of the pan. If they were thick, like a full chicken breast, then you could definitely sear each side and then finish it in the oven to make sure it's fully cooked. But I have faith. Okay. Heat has been turned off. These are our cookies. Obviously, they're not that. Oh no. They've got something on them. XC, would you like to come on stream and taste the cookies? Obviously, they're going to be dusted in powdered sugar. They don't have to be perfect. They're just like a rustic cookie. They'll cool down and they'll go buttery and like crunchier. For thin chicken pieces like these, is it worth to add butter and thyme and such before it's done, or is it wasted? Depending on what you're cooking. So if this is like an Asian flavored, like a lemongrass chicken, you can add some butter in there. It'll create like a really nice sauce. You can add like a teaspoon of butter on there if you wanted to. Thyme wouldn't go with these flavors. So it's depending on what you're making. Like you would do with
Speaking
steak.
of time, Molly.
Oh yeah, I am running out of time.
Hey. How's it going?
You look nice.
I wasn't sure about the blue shirt.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the socks.
Well, you can't even see them.
You can.
At least I can do this without getting a cramp.
No, I wasn't doing that. I was doing this.
Yeah.
I was doing this.
Guys.
And I got to, and my foot, put my foot, or like I put my foot on my toes. If that was, you get what I mean?
Okay. This is me deciding if these are worthy to take to the radio station today.
Yeah, but they're hot. So you can't take them. You can't. You're gonna take what he says with a grain of salt.
Have you salted these?
No. Oh yeah, they're good. Try this one. It's a bit crunchier because it's cooler. Oh, they're good. They're really yummy. I think they're tasty.
Liz, because I've got to go out today. I got to do real people stuff. I got to wear pants. I'm going to overheat. I guarantee you I'm going to complain
Yo.
about how hot it is.
Yo. Did I save some of that pickled onion? Damn it, I didn't.
I guarantee I'm going to come home and have a shower because I would have been sweating all
He's
day.
gonna be complaining. I'm sweaty.
I hate wearing long pants. Yeah, these taste nice.
Cool. They're good. They're gonna be dusted with some powdered sugar.
Okay. And onion. And onion.
No, it's for the chicken. So much. What do you think of the baguettes? Oh, yeah, I already asked you.
Yeah, they're good. They look good. They look professional. A bit thin, but they look good. Nice
That's
dusting.
what they should look like. With the pointed edges, that's a big, good size for a sandwich, like a banh mi. I like that.
No way, Matala.
Except you got to wear kamame.
Guys. I'm not there to steal Molly's thunder.
No, I don't need thunder.
I'm electric enough, baby.
I don't have any washed knives today.
But I don't have a lot of in-between shirts. Like this is like my everyday shirt, and I've got lots of these in different colors. And it's just like my standard shirt. And then I've got like the super bombastic Hawaiian shirt and the star shirt. And
Yeah.
there's like one shirt that's like in between.
Now we're getting all these opportunities to do things. We need to go and up our wardrobe.
There's not a lot of in between. I'm all or
I
nothing.
can't wear active wear everywhere. Okay. Get yourself some chicken.
So this is the assembling of the lemongrass banh mi.
Nah, just the lemongrass chicken sub.
Aye, wicked.
Oh, probably should do this one. Activewear everywhere is fine.
Activewear. Activewear.
We don't dress, you know, you shouldn't have to dress up for and do things out of the ordinary, but you still want to look respectable.
Activewear.
Okay.
What do they call activewear at home? Isn't there like a new phrase?
Loungewear.
Yeah, a new phrase got invented, guys.
With COVID. I think it became popularized with COVID.
Loungewear. That's like hoodies and stuff?
What are you trying to say, Cad? You're trying to say, and then again, all wear is active wear. No, do you know what all wear is? Sleepwear.
Yep, she takes that literally.
Yeah, comfy shirts, sleep in them, all good. I was like, I don't have any
Exceed
pajamas.
shirts?
Because you don't need pajamas because you sleep in anything.
Yep.
Like I sleep in, if I buy a new shirt and it's soft, I'll sleep in this.
You would absolutely sleep in that.
If it's cooler, it needs to have long sleeves because my wrists get cold. You know, it's weird, like last night I was trying to sleep and I sleep like this, right? And I pulled my shirt over my wrists.
Because you were cold.
Yeah.
We
I
have
couldn't have my arm out like that.
We have blanket.
No, but the blanket, you can't pull the blanket out over.
Oh, quick question. We do have to go in like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But I have
Oh,
heard...
I changed my pants.
I have heard from everyone,
Do you think
okay?
it's okay to wear drop-crotch pants?
Whatever. Guys, I'm talking to the people that either are or have
We're
been,
not paying attention to you, I'm sorry.
like in a relationship where you live with the other person, right? I've heard from everyone that it is better if like we sleep in the same bed if there's 2 blankets. I've heard from
Oh yeah,
everyone.
a lot of people have said that to us, yeah.
Everyone that 2 blankets is better than 1. So I say to Molly, hey, do you want to do this 2 blanket thing? Or whenever you comment on me not having blankets,
I have a second blanket.
do you want to do the 2 blanket thing?
I sleep with a
and
fluffy
Molly's
blanket.
like hard excommunicado.
Yeah, because then it gets messy. It like doesn't look good when you make the bed. I have a second blanket, like a fluffy blanket underneath mine, underneath the doona.
So the question is, do you and your
complain that you have no blanket, but you don't pull it hard enough.
do you and your partner sleep with multiple blankets? Do you recommend it?
2 blankets is cool, but try 2 beds.
Hey,
Try 2 rooms. We do king size doona on a queen size bed.
that's sort of the same thing.
We had a king. Wait, maybe we should get a super king quilt.
What? So okay, so
Super King gang.
can you just quickly
It's the dogs. They take up most
in like
of the room.
30 seconds tell the people why you don't want to go 2 blankets?
Because then it's harder to make the bed. I've never been super against it. Double the blankets to steal. I don't steal the blankets, it's the dogs. It's like this abyss in the middle. Like Exceed and I are on the side, the dogs sleep in the middle and they sit there and they sink it down. And then Romeo does this thing where he scratches the blankets up and like sits on a mound. It's all your fault. Okay, I gotta go. Guys, chicken, I cooked some chicken, I cooked some baguettes, cooked some cookies.
Wow.
I can't find my bread knife.
Okay. Where are all the places it could be?
I don't know.
Have you checked the dishwasher?
No, it wouldn't go in there.
Okay. Guys, I found the bread knife.
Oh, I got it out already. Good job. I get really scared with this thing. Jay doesn't like sheets, top sheet, but we don't do a top sheet.
She had a bit of a woman look, am I right, guys? Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Shut up. What do you think? You want to get some cheese? Oh, I can't think, Exceed. I can't think. I'm too nervous.
Our boy looked more like. Guys, who would you say is the better finder? Male or female?
Female, all the way.
Which is the better, I don't want to say looker.
Yeah. Which
Is the better locator?
The better superior sex.
The men, you having a man look or a woman's look? Or is that too sexist for 2022? Is it got to be more dynamic, more fluid than that?
This is the same Molly that spots the most obscure things in people's food photos. Yeah, I'm very observative in some circumstances.
Women do it better, but that's because I know where everything is.
All right.
Okay, so you're saying they're not like strictly the better looker or finder, but they're the ones that organise it. So they got it going on in their head anyway. I think that's what you're saying. All right. Yeah, Cab, that's what I was trying to avoid, but thanks for going there.
What do you say?
Molly's the better looker, but you're also attractive, Exceed. Don't feel bad.
I've never been called a bit of a looker recently. Appreciate it. It's good for my confidence.
In my house, the girls always ask me to find stuff because it's nowhere.
My house in the middle of my street. My house.
I mean, I inherited my dad's ability to look straight at something and not see it. So in my house, it's the man, but generally it's the woman in my experience.
Oh, can you get in the Cupid, baby?
Molly's a bit of all right, eh?
Guys. All right, this is not a banh mi, okay?
I feel like
I pivoted.
I feel like we've disappointed Littles a little bit.
Who?
Littles.
Oh no.
Because they came in so excited
She
for
did,
the banh
yeah.
mi. Like, Molly, I'm here. Let's go. Show me how to make
It
it.
kind of looks like a
I'm sorry, Littles.
Kewpie. Not that one. The sriracha.
But we're running out of time. Molly's got to go on the radio today.
Shh. Don't tell people. Okay. I just put cheese. It's kind of like a banh mi with cheese and sour cream. I forgot. I'm supposed to be using Kewpie instead of.
An Annie look. Okay. I like that. Ooh, that looks good.
All right. Have a
Guys,
bite.
what do you think? No, you got to show the people for
I
longer.
did. Oh, sorry.
And talk.
All right. So
Now, introducing Molly's.
bun baguette. Okay, so we have. Okay, so we have a Molly baguette that we have cut in half. We put some sour cream, some lemongrass chicken, some coriander or cilantro, some Kewpie, sriracha, and some vintage cheddar cheese. Flavors super weird together, but let's go.
Magnifique. You're blowing Sam's mind because you've got a quote-unquote banh mi with cheese.
Sam, we're busting the barriers.
Very non-traditional, this dish.
Choose.
What?
No, I make mine. How'd we go, chat? What do you think, Exceed?
I like the bread, it's soft.
It's softer, isn't it, than
Yeah.
you usually? Yeah. Little Molly one.
Okay, Exceed, how does this compare to Subway? I would prefer Subway. I don't mean that as an offense, but
Guys,
I really like Subway.
Subway, I'm like the other woman in compared to Subway. Subway is like the light of his life. Yeah.
It's pretty good. I feel like it needs almost like maybe something like pineapple,
The pineapple the other day was good.
or like something sort of citrusy on top to help cut through it. I really like the flavors of the Kewpie and the sriracha. I didn't know those two went. Oh, you got sour cream in here as well, right? You said?
Yeah.
I really like that flavor combination. But I feel like that's almost all I can taste is just those sauces. Like I feel like it needs more of a stronger flavor in there. But it is nice.
Very happy.
I don't think so, Beware. But what you could do, I don't actually know if you could do this, but you might be able to get a Subway gift card from Amazon Australia,
Yeah.
and that might effectively be the same thing. I don't know though. Oh. What do you think?
I think they're good. The bread is the best bit, of course. The cheese is really nice. This is Thomas something. Thomas Ducks. This cheddar's nice. Guys,
Can confirm.
this is from Woolworths. It's really nice. Really nice.
So you're going to take this cookie.
Yeah. We need a container. Okay. I really think you should grow your hair. Your hair looks good. I'm doing it.
Thanks.
So you're chatting with the lovely Jenny Seaton today? Yeah. Yep.
Molly's.
I am. Molly is. Oh my god! Yes, you can hit that link there.
Fake rollerblading. I got really old shoes, so the bottom of them are like all
What
worn
time
out.
will you be on the air? I think it's around 12:30.
No, you got to give it in time from now because everyone's
Oh, okay.
Like-
So- which I was going to say, which is about like 2 hours.
just under 2 hours. Like an hour and 45.
And guys, I will be called Molly Lauren George. Just letting you know.
Do you know that?
Oh, I don't think she's going to call me Molly.
I think she will. Don't correct her.
Oh, I would never.
And introducing Molly. Oh, it's actually Lauren. Thanks. Happy to be here.
We bought you some cookies.
I wonder if we
Jenny.
record it. The recording will be available. I'm told that the recording will be available. They have like a website, like an archive.
Yeah.
And so we'll link it. If you miss it, we'll link it in Discord. Obviously, if you want to watch live, the link is there. But it will be saved for all of time. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
All right, Molly, we got to go.
Sick. Not sure if I can stay awake past midnight. That's totally fine. Totally fine. I'll give you a shout out, guys. I'm like, shout out Mollytopia!
I don't know if that's a disclaimer moment.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to say. And shout out to my amazing community that are listening right now. Okay. Exceed, who can we send these beautiful humans off over to? I was checking if... Yeah?
We could return the favour to Zeph because we're a bit early.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Cookies. Anything else that needs to go in the fridge is here. I'm so... Me. I'm glad that I am doing it in person rather than not on the phone. I think it would make me more nervous on the phone, like waiting around for the call or whatever. Yeah. Okay, cookies. I've got a bit too much icing sugar on them. Would you like a cookie? I made you a cookie. I think they look a little bit scabby, don't they? They look scabby. They don't look like my best work, but it's something nice.
I'm sure they're not expecting anything, though.
Yeah. Maybe they wanted me to
enjoy it.
bake them a cake. They're gluten-free. They're not gluten-free. They're not dairy-free. They're vegetarian. It means they've got fun. They're not fun-free. All right. One day I'll make us dance. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Kerry, thank you for 30 months. Road for 8 months. Gifted 10 subs. Russ for 4 months. Dex gifted to Littles. Fit for Purpose with a raid. Agent Spacely rated as well. Taryn for 30. Dex gifted to Mandolin. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Next time on is Charity Week. We're going to be raising money for Game On Cancer for the superhero streamers. We asked you to dig deep. Money goes towards cancer research and, really funding research into curing all types of cancer.
We'll be doing a bunch of goals associated with the amount that's fundraised. So over the course of the 3 streams, not just next stream.
Yeah, we'll have some milestones we want to hit. And it's going to be really fun. So guys, take care, brush your hair, be good to yourself and those around you. Have a fantastic day, and we will see you on Monday. It will be available in Discord. And happy baguette baking. I'll be available in Discord whenever you need some assistance. Just at me or in DMs. See ya.
Bye.